everyone, and welcome back to Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. Now in glorious Ping Vision. Thank you to Ping for providing the high-quality video streaming support that streams like us need. We have been looking forward to getting Mage the Victorian Era on Ping for quite a while because everybody except for me does fantastic makeup, fantastic hair and costuming, and now you can see it in super fine detail. If you are a streamer that would benefit from being able to bring people in on a group call or work remotely with people in high quality video, go to ping.gg today. They're awesome. Thank you so much, Ping, for your support. If you support them, you support Bryn from Strixhaven because it's Bryn's company. So she's awesome. They're awesome. Go get them. So anyway, hi everybody. I'm your storyteller, Kelly. I use he and him, and I'm very excited to be here today because I get to play with these lovely ladies and their atrocious destiny that is to come. I am very excited to be here, and I think let's jump right in because we've had a little bit of tech problems in the last episode of Mage, and I'd like to just get this game going. But first, let's talk to people and say hello, starting with Christine.
Well, I am Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Dr. Evelyn Taylor, our Society of Ether member.
Excellent. Let's pass over to Amy.
Hello, I am Amy. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them, and I am playing Chastity, Prudence, Goodwin, the celestial chorister slash cultist of ecstasy, and also uses she, her. And I have my bed back, so I'm just going to put that out there as that I am the most excited I have been in months.
That's wonderful. I am very excited for your bed. Okay, and you're the same size as everyone else now. I had you slightly expanded before. All right, down to Jen. Any fun news, Jen?
Hi, I'm Jen. I guess maybe fun news. Dragonlance started, so that's fun news. But tonight I will be playing our Order of Hermes member of House Tharsis, Josephine Carrington, with her now potential familiar Octavius. Yeah, Dragonlance was so much fun. That's my fun news.
And Dragonlance is kicking ass in the view count. It's almost at 2,000 views in under a day over on YouTube.
Yep.
And that's great. I also saw that we got like hundreds of subscriptions from Dragonlance Zero, so that was lovely. If you like old school fantasy and D&D, either one of those, go watch Dragonlance over on YouTube right now. It's a great trip. It's a little slow to start because I'm finding my footing and I've got stage fright from the first episode, but after about a half hour play, it's nostalgia and it's just beautiful. And I get to play with some of my favorite people. I get to do that tonight. Speaking of some of my favorite people, Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Darcie, our member of the Verbena. And I'll say this again, that I feel now like I need a one-eyed plush black cat for my familiar for Brand.
Oh yeah, because Jen, you got you have a sidekick now, like you have your plush. So.
Yeah. Maybe it'll help you remember to bring your familiar along with you.
I know. I keep forgetting about my familiar, and I keep assuming, like, I never want to say I assume he's always with me, because that's not a thing that you assume. And then every time we're in a fucking carriage, I'm like, I forgot to mention Brand's with me. My fucking familiar, damn it. So yes, no, that will also remind me that, bring the cat. Because he eats my paradox when he's around, which is nice. But I'm back to 4, so like it's fine.
The cat was forgotten the very next day, not the cat came back the very next day.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so last announcements before we begin. I just wanted to let everybody know that due to our amazing supporters over at patreon.com/dorktales, this is not the only Mage game that's going to be on the channel soon. So for patrons, starting in January, February, sometime in there, we're still working out the exact date for the start date. But once a month, Jen is going to be running a technocracy game on the channel that features the rest of the... Basically, we just swap chairs. and then I get to play a game, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
It's going to be once a month.
Planning terrible things.
That's all I really want out of life. So it's going to be wonderful. You can watch the pilot episode of that over on YouTube right now from our Extra Life series from August this year. Just search Mage the Ascension Zero Sum in YouTube and it'll pull right up. But I'm very excited for this. Patrons are going to be able to get this 3 months early, meaning that it'll drop somewhere around May, June on YouTube. But for as little as $5 a month, you can get early access to that. Or if money's tight, totally get it. I am also a millennial. And it will eventually be public release. So we don't paywall things. We pay gate things, I guess. That's a nicer way to do it. That sounds like we're gatekeeping a little, but it is what it is.
Advanced access.
Advanced access, right? It's like when HBO Max released like Wonder Woman the same day it did in the theaters type of thing. It's kind of weird.
And Disney.
Yeah,
also, I would just
I think ours makes more sense. That's just odd.
That is kind of odd, and it didn't work. And now every member of the DCEU except for Jason Momoa has been fired. Oh yeah, Henry Cavill's not Superman anymore. After
I
coming
heard about
back,
that.
Did you hear that he has his own Warhammer 40K
Yes,
movie?
you were posting
movie
about
and
things.
show coming? Holy crap,
Yes, I
Henry!
heard.
Henry, you can also guest star on Mage. So if you're watching this,
Also, speaking of
Mage,
Mage,
I love it.
I just want to give a quick shout out because I see them in the chat as well. But Professor Multiverse did some amazing fan art hats for the Victorian ladies, and it was so
good.
cute. And I
want that as a real hat.
right.
I want
Me
Josephine's.
too. I've
Dr.
written down the runes, and so I may use them for something in the future. But we'll put them down. It's great. So.
nice. All right, so folks, we gotta jump in because I could talk about Henry Cavill and my opinions on the Witcher series a lot. But if you want to see a bunch of unique games, we also do a once a month randomized game. It's pretty randomized game over on Patreon as well that they get a bunch early and that broadcasts here whenever I'm sick and can't make a game. So that is available to you as well if you join, and that includes I potentially might run The Witcher sometime in the next few months, because that engine's really solid, except for the crafting mechanics, which we'll hand wave. But speaking of mechanics that we definitely can't hand wave, let's head into Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Last episode, you received 4 experience points.
I was just pointing out that they're reminding us that the whole group has a forgettable effect for the day. For people who observe them, and the Chastity has a mind shield of 3 for the day.
And I believe there is still, in fact, an effect up that is the anti-Stinky London effect.
All right,
Yes, it is. It is about to go away. It's going to fade basically as soon as you cross into this building.
And Darcie has Prime side up for the rest of the day, but that doesn't really affect anyone else.
It does not. All right, so without further ado, let's hop into Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, here on Dork Tales. Last time on Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, you all went looking for both the secret market that exists at the base of London Bridge, and made your way there looking for the Tower of London, or London Tower, Tower Bridge, something like that, where Dr. Gilbert Saxon had a laboratory. Fortunately, the two turned out to be one and the same. For while you were there at the base of London Bridge, going through a floating market full of strange and exotic delights, delicacies, and stolen goods, most likely, you were approached by members of a group of mages known as, do you guys remember?
Edgeworth Club.
The Edgeworth Club, absolutely. So as you're approached by the Edgeworth Club, and who oversee the bridge market, they informed you that you had been expected by Dr. Gilbert Saxon. by a missive that had been passed along to them at least 5 days before his death, which is about at least 5 days before you knew he even existed. And with that, you loaded up atop a little rowboat and were brought over to the base of one of the foundational struts of the bridge, where apparently the entrance to his laboratory was. However, as you approached it, one of the other boats that was doing patrols in the area from the Edgeworth Club called you over. And with a shriek, the guard that was looking around motioned for you and the member of the Edgeworth Club that was traveling with you, one Edie Hayes, to come closer. As you did, you braced yourselves for the worst, and it is what you received. For there, at the base of the bridge, you found a young person hammered into the cement of London Bridge. Railroad ties snapping between the bones of their wrist. Their guts splayed out in a strange geometry beneath them. Their throats slit by straight razor or some other impossibly sharp blade. And the words, "So soon, my doves," scrawled on the wall in the victim's blood. And with that, let us begin episode 15, Being for the Benefit of the Killer. The body splayed before you, the scent of gore reaching out to you. The smell of it overpowers. And even through Evelyn's smell-blocking charm, it begins to work its way through. It erodes your effect, Evelyn, taking the last of your guard against the pungency of London and spraying it. You begin to smell bits of offal, bits of dried blood, bits of gore.
Okay. Do I smell anything besides just that? Like, obviously the kind of cutting out London. But is there anything that kind of very currently here that would be out of place?
Well, you're still about 20 feet away from the edge of the pylon in a boat. And you'll see that Edie's breath catches in her throat. Bloody hell. I mean, bloody hell, she says, trying to re-affect her French accent. It's 2 miles. 8. That's miles. Well, I would say that was the entrance, but it appears to be occupied.
It would seem so.
Fuck, we have to get them
Was
down.
a friend of yours?
Miles is a member of the Edgeworth Club.
I see.
They do night patrols here.
Would anyone have been around to potentially see anything?
We do patrols in groups of 2. Usually it's... Their partner was sick last night. Rheumatism of some such.
So we went alone.
Yes, they went alone. Fuck. Rogers, bring us closer. The man that's sitting there with the oars, who looks pale as a ghost, begins rowing you. And as they do, you can see that the fog around you is soup thick. You can barely see the outline of this body at 15 feet. But luckily, that will protect you from seeing anything else. Or from anyone else seeing you, I should say. With that, Rogers pushes forward, rowing you up alongside, and you can see that there are old iron rungs that are hammered into the side of the concrete there for climbing. A small ladder, 8 of them, that go upward, moving to where the body is. Now, the foundation goes up for about 5 feet, these 8 rungs spread across that, and then dips inward for about 2 to 3 feet, depending on which angle you're at. It's slightly angled. And where you see this person hammered, you can see that it is into the seam of what appears to be a hidden door, as if they're hammered into the door frame itself.
Can I look at this with the eye of someone who knows a lot about ritual and see if there's anything ritualistic?
You absolutely may. You can make me an intelligence and occult roll.
Cool. Could I do a high ritual roll instead?
Yes, you may.
I could also...
Go ahead.
I do actually have high ritual as a skill, so.
So you guys your boat is going to crest over next to the concrete and is going to knock kind of heavily against it. As that's happening, anybody who wants to look around, Christine, you said that Evelyn was trying to look into this directly. Are you going to climb?
Because you'd mentioned the smell and being able to smell it, the thought that, well, if anything else is odd there, is there anything I note as being kind of not part and parcel of the smells of the area and what this would probably smell like, i.e. chemical or something like that? Just, if there is something, then it's a hint towards something.
All right, so Christine, go ahead and make me a perception and alertness roll. Anybody else who wants to try to get a look at this, how would you like to do so?
What was my difficulty for?
Difficulty on looking for high ritual stuff. It's pretty messy out here. I'm going to give it to you at 7.
Okay, 2 successes for me.
2 successes. All right.
And sorry, what was the difficulty for me?
The difficulty for you picking up sense. The fog is pretty thick out here. I'm going to give it to you at 8.
Okay. And does detail-oriented apply?
Detail-oriented... No, because you're doing kind of a general overview.
Nope, that's fair. That's why I'm asking, because you have a better sense of when it would apply.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's a really good specialty. I'm trying not to make it apply constantly, but only when you can really investigate fine details.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me that roll. Darcie, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was wondering about like kind of along the lines of searching for a ritual. I was wondering if I could do more of either survival or medicine to kind of see. She wants to know if he was like tortured, basically, like if this was a letter to us not caring about the person and using it as a thing, or if this was meant to, like, if they suffered. So I don't know if that'd be more medicine or survival.
That's medicine.
For
That'd be medicine.
Intelligence, I'm assuming.
Intelligence and medicine would be my preferred.
Cool.
Chastity, what are you thinking about?
I think Chastity's looking at the message that's been written on the... Was it on the stone?
It's on the stone itself, next to the body.
Right. I think she's kind of fixated on that. I don't know if she's looking into anything particular, but...
Okay.
I think she'll... we'll help get them down. Slowest we can do. Just... Yeah.
As you're looking around, so Josephine, looking at it with high ritual, we'll start with you and we'll go in reverse order. How many successes did you get? 2 successes. With 2 successes, looking at it for high ritual, this absolutely was, it has the trappings of ritual. The throat is slit kind of in rabbinic fashion, or Kabbalistic fashion, the way that you would do any type of animal sacrifice or animal cleansing for everything from like the sacrifice of an animal for a ritual all the way into kosher butchery. In this case, though, looking at it, you're not sure if that was symbolic or not without getting right in on it. The guts were splayed and opened. This is reminding you a lot of the ritual death that you saw in the attic.
Right.
Besides that, as you're glancing at it, you'd need to know, for one, both of the victims' hands are shut. Their mouth is shut. There might be something present.
Okay.
What did you get, Christine?
2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes. As you are looking around, for one, you are going to see that, well, you're not going to see much, but what you're going to hear above you is a cloud of ravens. This close to the Tower of London, that is entirely normal. However, glancing over at the body, the smell is quite pungent, and yet its eyes are still intact.
Maybe it's not been here very long then?
Perhaps not. Or perhaps something is keeping them away? But
Is there
smelling...
any effects active? She'll say to Josephine and Darcie. The eyes haven't been taken. Something keeping the birds away. They're here.
You can also smell a touch of sulfur in the air. How many successes did you get, Darcie?
What was my difficulty?
Your difficulty on investigating the body, because of how gross and splayed out it is, I'm going to say 7. You don't. It's kind of at an awkward. You know what? Actually, I'm going to say 6 because the body is literally
so much
strung.
of it.
Yeah, it's strung.
It's fine.
Up
I rolled an 8 and 2 10s and a 1, so I was kind of
Oh.
wondering if it was 8 or higher. So that's 2 successes, unfortunately, from that stupid one.
I'm sorry. So
That's okay.
Two successes. Are you actually climbing up on the foundation?
Yes.
Okay. So the boat's gonna rock a bit. Watch your step, ma'am. Rogers is going to kind of grab one of the rungs to stabilize the boat for you. Try not. You get your gloves dirty.
I'm from I grew up on a farm up in Ireland. I am used to dealing with animals in this condition. Usually not quite to this extent, but I've gotten my gloves dirty a fair bit.
Hi. Climbing up onto it and giving the body a quick look over, the initial thing that you're going to see right away, the clothes, the clothes are still buttoned from the sternum up. And as you approach the body, you'll see that the victim must have been recuperating from some type of injury or wound. For as you're looking at this, where the shirt is split and the guts are splayed, there are bandages wrapped around the chest. But as you investigate the body, you'll see the bandages are quite tight, and yet there appears to be no type of gauze or padding or anything to reset underneath. And that's when, do you open the shirt anymore or feel around?
Yeah, I think Darcie will start to that. And also at Evelyn's ask about if there's any sort of effects or anything. She'll want to see if her prime sight sees any magical effects.
Nothing remaining at this point. But as you're looking around, you're going to see a couple of things. One is going to be, as you open the shirt more, you'll see that the reversed Ouroboros, pardon me, brand is present beneath Miles's collarbone. There in the bandages. Do you open the bandages?
Yeah, she's here. She's investigating. I think she's gonna figure out what she can since she's up here. She will gather as much information as she can while like trying to hold her breath.
The person that you're looking at in front of you is quite young. I'd say they're probably maybe 18 or 19, maybe younger. Very youthful face, even though it's battered and bruised. Some of the teeth are broken. Everybody's going to be able to see that as you're looking at it. But as you take a slice up the bandages, you're going to see that the flesh beneath sags out suddenly. It's, well, breasts. Bandage to the chest. And as you glance down, then, revealing the body is feminine in construction. The same missing pieces are absent from the lower abdomen. What's more, I'll give you that a quick glance says that the slash across the throat was not enough to kill. All it did was make sure they couldn't scream. It was a precise strike right through the voice box. Chastity, as you are looking around and staring at the blood, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to make me an intelligence and do you, what would this even be? Medicine? Do you have medicine?
I do. I have one dot in it. I also have investigation. I don't know if theology or vice would be useful here. If we're thinking knowledges.
No, but you could also roll me animal ken.
Oh, that's a write-in. We don't have it on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could roll empathy then, if you have it. Or is that a write-in as well?
I do have 2 dots of that. I could do that.
Sure, yeah.
Intelligence and empathy. And what's my difficulty?
Your difficulty is going to be 6.
And I think we said that the effect of the mushroom had faded by now. I think we said
it has faded.
Okay. Well, that's 1 success because that one cancels out the other one. So 1.
1 success?
You know. Yes.
You can hear the crows overhead that Evelyn pointed out. They're still circling. But there's something kind of angry in their tone. You have a sudden urge to search the water.
She's gonna lean over the edge of, start leaning over the edge of the boat and peering into the water.
Okay. Are you gonna ask for any help on this one?
I don't think she's asking for help, but she is gonna ask about before going, like, touching it. How deep is the water here?
Around the stanchion, probably 50, 100 meters. I mean, it's the Thames. It's quite deep. Wonderful place to hide bodies.
Oh.
Not exactly what I would suggest.
Well, I think there might be something in the water.
If you can give me a, we'll say an investigation roll.
Sure. Intelligence and investigation?
Actually, I'm going to say dexterity and investigation. Because you're literally just, like, feeling around.
Yeah, she's absolutely gonna, when she says that, she's gonna lean over and try and, like, reach in. Because that's the best plan she's ever had.
Right? Put your hand in.
Yeah, just stick your hand in. What's
I
my
think
difficulty?
Josephine on instinct is just gonna be like, wait, like, don't do it. But
And what is my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 8. To feel
One
blindly
success.
around. One success. You are going to come across something in the water that is about the same size around as an unhusked piece of corn.
Ah.
And do you touch it?
Yeah, I mean, if she's bumping into it and touching it, she's gonna try and grab it.
You can grab it. It's very lightweight, quite waterlogged, but was floating atop the water. Lifting it up, it is
like
the
this.
corpse of a raven. A small one. Its head twisted around like the cap on a bottle of beer. I guess probably not a cap on the bottle of beer, but in this day and age, actually there were twist-off caps in the 1800s.
Anyone know what would do this to a raven?
A person. But anybody who knows anything about animals, do you hold that up?
Yep, she's literally like holding the dead raven in her hand and
It looks like someone grabbed the raven by the chest and turned its head around until the bones protruded from the front.
I guess it explains why they're so angry.
Does anybody know anything about ravens in or out of character? Or other corvids?
I maybe Darcie might know, especially with talking about my
Farm stuff? You make me a survival roll. Int and
Cool.
survival.
int and survival. What is my difficulty for this?
Difficulty for this, 6.
All right. Oh my god.
What?
You gotta be shitting me. I rolled like absolute dog, and then the one success out of my 5 dice, I also got a 1 in one of the other ones. So that's a 0.
Okay. You're too busy just staring at this body at this point.
Yeah.
Anybody else who wants to make a survival roll may, but you are just distracted.
can this is dumb because I haven't done this before, but I do technically have 3 dots of destiny.
You may blow that right now for the session, I think it is, right?
It's per chapter rather than per game.
Okay. So how does it work in M20? Is it you roll?
I'll have to look it up actually, but
Yeah, because they change it for every edition. But
yeah, it's really true.
but anybody who wants to can just make me an intelligence roll, because survival is not a knowledge, so you can always attempt.
That's fair. Yeah.
What gets added to it?
Intelligence, I'll say.
Okay, so I can roll straight int on it, but I do not have survival.
Okay.
All 4s.
Oh my god.
Somehow I rolled 4
No,
4s.
I love that I'm just giving a bit of crow facts and like you guys can't succeed.
And I think
Christine
Christine knows it
No, right?
because, yeah, crows and whatnot freaking well know faces, and they form
Yeah.
grudges, and they
Yeah.
grieve death. So...
All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot one of Darcie's backgrounds is blessing.
Oh yeah, you
Forgot
gotta,
yeah.
about on her
you
character
gotta
sheet.
remind me what that blessing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Jen, what do you think?
I'd have to pull up the book and look like through it because I can't find any shortcut.
That's fair.
But that's fine. I'll just roll int then. This doesn't feel like something I would blow destiny on anyway, but
Yeah, I wouldn't personally, because this is just crow facts.
yeah. What was the difficulty?
Difficulty of this is going to be 7 because you only have you don't have the skill.
3 successes.
Okay, so 2 things about crows. Crows do form grudges. Crows do like people and mourn their deaths. Crows also avoid places where other crows have died. Which,
yes.
if you say that out loud, Darcie will immediately have a reminder of the time that her uncle shot a crow over the field, because the crows avoided that field for the next 5 years. It has actually been documented that crows that are shot to death over and ravens, of course, being just larger, somewhat smarter crows. Corvids that witness the death of an ally or a family member inside of a location will avoid it. There are farms that have shot crows to death and then watched crows fly overhead in entire families, like flocks of them, and then swerve around the land where their family member had been shot for decades afterwards. So whatever is going on here, this crow, and you'll probably know this thinking back to this crow named Archimedes that your one of your schoolmates had as a familiar, or a soon-to-be familiar, a family familiar, we'll say. So that is what you will know, Josephine.
Well, yeah, I'll mention all of that so that it triggers Darcie's memory too.
I remember that. My uncle shot a crow over one of the fields, and they didn't come to that field for a good 5 years. They know faces, and they hold grudges as well.
Mm-hmm.
They probably know exactly the bastard that did this.
They probably do.
Pinky, go fetch a sledge. We need to get these ties out. The man in the other boat nods vigorously and begins paddling back to the water.
Also, once Darcie gets back in the boat, this is exactly like the other that we found. Miles. They were a women in their form, in their body. So that killer did the same thing. Missing.
Are you talking about... She clears her throat and affects again. Are you talking about Jack the Ripper? He has been gone for some time now.
No.
Miles was no prostitute.
No, this is the...
This is
Devil?
something else.
Yeah.
I do not believe in the devil.
Wow.
But you know who did this.
I'm not
Oh,
exact-
we don't know. We're trying to
This isn't the
find
first.
this.
This isn't the
person.
first encounter we've had with what they've left.
You will help me get my friend down? Yes?
Yeah.
Of course.
Is what is inside of the laboratory connected to this death? I cannot think that it is not.
I don't know.
Probably. But
You have the key?
we didn't.
I didn't think these things were connected at all until now.
We don't know enough to know for sure, but it looks likely.
You had
No,
damn
and
well
I
better tell
see-
me what you know. You're welcome to go in there and abide by the doctor's last wish, but if you find anything inside of there that pertains to this, you will tell me. Understood?
Of course.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
I'm sorry for the loss of your friend, and I hate to think that it's we have any part of it, and it sets an absolute vile feeling in my whole self that we're causing more deaths.
It's not our fault, but we're connected.
I want you to do me a favor. As you were saying that, Josephine, can you please do me the honor of making me I'll let you use appearance or charisma, whichever you prefer, and add your either empathy or something else that you think that would add to an air of not getting punched.
I don't have those things. Nope.
Nothing?
I don't have etiquette. I don't have empathy. I don't have expression or leadership or streetwise or subterfuge.
Oof.
Oh no.
Well,
I'm gonna get punched. I have 3 dots in appearance, but that's about it.
3 dots in appearance it is.
Woohoo!
I believe in you.
What's my difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be, I'll say it's only 6.
Goddamn 1. That is 1 success.
So this is because of you?
No.
You are connected to this, though. You brought this... A French
As
accent
much as
falters again.
any actions of
No,
a
a
madman can be
monster did
connected to
this.
somebody.
A monster did this and is trying to bring us into it. We didn't do anything to provoke this.
I don't even know why he calls us. I don't know why I'm saying he. I don't know why this person even calls us the doves. It's not. We were brought together by chance.
Don't justify it with personhood, Darcie. It's not the work of a person. It's a bloody monster.
It's a monster. You're right. This monster has decided to choose us for some sick game. We did not choose it, and we're trying to stop him.
Yeah.
Well then, I suppose, we should get you what you need. The other rowboat returns at this point, and the man in it passes over a small hand sledge, like a little 5 pound or a little probably 2 pound sledge, like just a large hammer more than anything. What do you do?
Evelyn will try and help them with getting their friend's body down.
Okay. If anybody wants to help as well, this is going to be a strength plus, let's say, medicine roll. Because that is the weirdest roll I've asked for yet.
It's a pretty good one. Can I do anything? This is weird, but you're asking for a weird roll, so I'm gonna
Of course.
chance it. With, and maybe even adding forces magic here actually, but I have cat-like balance, and because we're in a boat and trying to do this, can I help us be balanced?
To
Even if I have to
carry
put forces magic in there.
you're going to try to steady the boat for people who are trying to transport the body down to it?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Let's go ahead and do that. So what you'll do is you'll do strength and athletics, I think is probably, or strength and seamanship, or whatever is your boating ability.
I think Chas was going to try and do something similar if someone can direct her on the best way to stabilize things, because...
Yeah, I can direct you, and you take one side of the boat, and I'll take the other kind of thing.
That sounds good, because you can both hold
Not
on to the
particularly
rungs.
strong to hoist a body, but could possibly help with just...
Darcie will help Evelyn for sure.
Okay.
She's already gotten her gloves dirty by examining the body, so...
Sounds good. So, Evelyn, if you're taking point on getting that down, what do you do?
I was thinking of trying to apply a quick and dirty.
Entropy effect.
Yeah, degrade the spikes.
I will say as well, well, entropy could also just be used to know where to hit to make them break from the wall. I will say this at one point, as you are looking over this real quick, you have a brief understanding as you're looking at this. This body is now inert matter. It's not life anymore.
Interesting.
You could transmute this if you really wanted to.
Not right this moment. I think that might get me punched.
Okay, that's a later thing to make it dance. Okay.
It's a potential later thing.
Okay. All right. So with that, so both of you down there, give me a strength and athletics to hold the boat. Jen, does Calic Balance give you a -2 difficulty or +2 dice?
-2 difficulty.
Okay, so you roll a difficulty of, you're holding a boat against water. Give me difficulty 5. Amy, give me difficulty 7.
Cool. 4 successes.
4 successes and 1. Okay, so you'll be able to hold it still. Darcie and Evelyn, give me strength plus medicine, and alternatively, Evelyn, if you'd prefer to do strength and what's your science? Chemistry?
Yes, I think that's what.
Okay, so give me strength and medicine then, because chemistry would not apply for this. But if you're doing quick and dirty entropy, you can go ahead and roll that first.
Okay. What difficulty?
It's going to be difficulty of 4. 3, actually, depending on how you do it. You got to describe it.
I was going to pull out, I think, something to degrade it, so drip a little bit on the spots above, try not to get it on the flesh. From my package of vials, and just kind of right at the right spot so that if we hit it, it should just snap.
Okay, so you're just trying to, you're trying to damage the matter. Okay, so that'll be difficulty of 5 then.
Okay. 3 successes.
Okay. All right, so you are going to give it a good old college smack with the hammer after it has been weakened. And
okay.
as
do I have to roll for the hammer afterwards, or?
No. However, so you're going to be able to disengage the body. However, Darcie, what was the result of your strength and medicine roll? I'll say it's only difficulty 6.
Okay, that's going to be 3 successes.
3 successes. So you're basically trying to prevent the body from falling apart as you're removing it.
She probably she will take. Yeah, she's wearing her cloak. She's going to actually take the shawl that she's wearing, and she will use that and like gagging and holding back everything that makes her want to vomit right now. She's going to just try and push the innards back in, and then she will take the shawl and tie it up to then try and transport it so it doesn't just fall to pieces.
Well, there's plenty of space. There's plenty of extra space inside of there for the guts now.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
You fill it back up, wrap it in, and are able to hand the bundle back down with ease. Evelyn's strikes are quick and true, and they free the body quite quickly.
Is there flowing blood at all?
No, it is long since congealed. In fact, let's see, given the time frame, this would be, when does rigor mortis release? 3 days? I believe that rigor mortis sets in within the first 24 hours or right around the 24-hour mark, right? And then it lasts for 2 to 3 days before the body degrades enough that it releases. So it is still rictus. It is beginning to stiffen around the edges. So rigor mortis, just double checking this actually. Physiology, ATP.
Yeah, no, 'cause what I was getting at was Darcie. If she probably would ask Evelyn Taylor if there was still like...
2 to 6 hours develops over the first 12. As you transport the body back down, the boat is stabilized enough that you're going to be able to lay them in the boat. And Edie, standing there, attempting her best to play the part of the French Madame, is failing. You can see her eyes welling up with tears. They're pouring her thick makeup down the side of her painted white cheeks. You can see she's actually much more tan beneath there than she lets on, but she is powdered with all manner of salts and makeups and other things to pale her skin out to an almost spectral white. What do you all do?
Well,
I think Evelyn might offer her a handkerchief. Very quietly. And a quiet comment of even the French mourn.
Not to take away from the seriousness of this issue, but does anybody have more clothing? I think we would get in a spot of trouble if someone peered down the Thames and saw us.
I don't think that's much of an issue right now, given the fog.
I'll be able to help with it shortly, if we need it, before we'll be around outsiders.
So we should go through that secret door there?
I think that is the way we've been invited.
Yeah.
Let's try and figure this out, but
It's time to
also
get some answers.
in a moment.
You will tell me what you find.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be careful while we're inside. We don't know if he's in there or waiting.
I doubt he's inside. You have the key.
And it doesn't seem to be
Yeah.
I don't
Wave
worry much
things.
past him. Yeah. Just
as we say he, but who knows truly.
Yes.
It's not confronted us directly yet. I doubt they're going to change just yet.
I think that's the more likely answer than we have the key.
But Evelyn will pull out the key regardless and figure out how to use it.
So she's dressed up in your cloak. Is it anybody going to do anything with the body before they let you off onto the stanchion? It's not a stanchion, onto the foundation.
unless there's something that occurs to Chassis, I think she might briefly say something of a prayer, but quietly to herself, because he doesn't. But I don't think it feels right for her right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I kind of, in the last little bit of that conversation, have I have the thought to maybe just in my bag take out some of my my powders and rub some over my eyelids for spirit sight.
Spirit sight. Okay.
This is going to be a bad idea, guys, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay. All right. So, according to basic mage, spirit sight doesn't allow you to see ghosts. Reminder, unless you have
No,
entropy.
but I'm expecting spirits of murder.
Oh boy. Let's do it. I want you to give me
Which,
a roll.
by the way, Christine, entropy would allow you to see ghosts.
She knows. We've had this
If
conversation.
you wanted. Yep.
She's got it. We've had this conversation a couple times now. Because who are you going to call? Evelyn Taylor.
Actually, yeah. You know what? That would probably make sense putting up entropy. Sight, I guess.
So it'd be entropy and spirit if you wanted to see ghosts.
Yeah. Would you
Well, I
have
have a point of spirit.
You do. But you'd have to figure out how you do this mechanically inside of your paradigm, which you might not have that equipment on you at the moment.
Potentially, though, in this lab, I might be able to develop it.
It's true.
Yep.
Inspired by what Josephine is doing right now.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I need a pair of spectacles.
All right, so Josephine, you're going to be at difficulty 3, looking for spirits at the site of a murder site in Victorian London. It's a pretty easy thing to cast. The
Fair enough.
situational...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got 2 successes.
Nice. Okay. 2 successes is going to give you sight. It's not going to give you the ability to communicate.
That's fine.
So... I'm just double checking real quick what you can do in this edition. Oh yeah, I forgot you can see auras of spirit in this one too, in the Strength of the Golem.
Mm-hmm.
Looking into this alternate world, you open your eyes. Now, how do you do this? Is it a spell? Is it...
So it's pretty much all of my magic is has a Latin spoken component, but specifically it's she has these like ground stones, ground metals, stuff like that, and certain ones. So like she has gold for prime sight. She has most of these are she uses for sight based things, but for spirit, I think she was using lapis lazuli. Something
That
but basically
sounds right from when we did the whole chat with Ghost.
Seance, yeah.
We did do that already. So I actually have already done that sort of thing a bit in conjunction with you.
Yeah. So she just takes some of that and puts it over her eyelid and mutters some Latin phrase that I probably have somewhere under her breath.
You are going to see that there is blood everywhere around this pillar. But it moves like gelatin. It continues to bleed from the spot that the body was nailed, dripping in a steady river like someone pouring water from a pitcher to a glass. It floods into the Thames and pinkens the water around it. And as the boat kicks a bit, as the body settles into the base of the boat, and you're going to see little clawed hands of blood, the size of a toddler's, cling to the side of the boat and slowly raise up one by one these little malformed creatures, humanoid in shape roughly, but tadpoles from the waist down. They crawl onto the ship, onto the boat, onto the rowboat with you, some of them moving through Evelyn and Chastity and Darcie, and one of them wriggles out through your chest as it climbs over and through you and begins to run its fingers lovingly along the body. In fact, the four that climb aboard the boat very lovingly stroke the sides of the corpse's face. I want you to make me a perception and alertness roll. Or, yeah, perception and alertness, please.
Cool. Oh, I'm actually better than that than my other characters. Okay, cool. I say other characters in other games that I'm playing that aren't Dork Tales, but what's my difficulty on this?
Difficulty on this gonna be 6.
Awesome, 2 successes.
They're very particular as to what they are clawing at.
Mm-hmm.
They're clawing at the mouth. They're kind of running their fingers across their lips, the corpse's lips, across the cheeks. The eyes stare up at you from where the rigor mortis has held them open, but the mouth is closed, tight. But they stroke around the face and keep trying, it almost seems, to press their fingers through the lips. But with that second point of alertness that you do, that second success, you're going to notice that they pass through you just fine. They're not able to violate the body. They can't reach into what they're going, but they keep trying.
I just had a realization. God, it's been forever since that game. I think before, just kind of like mesmerized by this, I hear, because I think I can still hear in the real world, right? I just can't.
You can, unless you cast your ears across.
That's what I thought. So I'm gonna hear it's like, you know, we should go in and whatnot. And well, at first I agree, as I'm kind of just watching this, I'm going to go, wait a minute, and reach down and go to open the mouth.
Okay. So when you do that, I want you to do me a favor and make me, what are you doing? She's going to actually kind of panic a little, and we're going to do a contested roll. I want you to give me a strength and investigation roll. Versus her strength and brawl to try to stop you.
Cool. I'm gonna spend a willpower on this.
Sounds good. Okay.
Willpower in this is auto success, yes?
Auto success, yeah.
Cool. That is 2 successes.
All right, as you move forward and clutch the mouth, pinching the cheeks and forcing the jaw to open, it's going to resist you. Like, the jaw is frozen shut by the clenched muscles and the various compounds that have dissolved in the middle of rigor mortis. She is going to try to grab you, but you're going to just kind of like be able to like hold her back with one arm. And as you force the mouth open, you are going to see I just realized that I described everything with both layers of reality, even though technically you're sort of blind, but I like it better when you can split your consciousness like that.
I'm hearing things, I'm feeling things, I can probably interpret things.
Yeah, I'll say that the body was visible in this realm, which is creepy.
Sure.
Yeah. You saw them go through where your friends were. So there we go.
Right.
Looking through, you are going to see there is something small and dark inside of her mouth, inside of their mouth.
There's something in the mouth.
Do you take it out?
Yeah, I do.
It's exactly what you think it's going to be. It is a little tarnished coin. With some type of insect stamped into it, hollow stamped through on one side. An opal, cast in bronze. And you'll recognize that the symbol is some type of locus, you think? But as you're looking at it, you pluck it out of the body, and that is going to mean, can I get a perception and awareness roll from everybody? Difficulty 8.
Does resonance apply to this?
It does not.
Cool.
Including me?
Including you for sure. I'll give it to you at difficulty 7.
Ooh.
Sorry, does detail oriented apply?
No, this is awareness, not alertness.
Okay. I mean, it's
you're
on
right.
my
You have that-
perception,
you have that on
so
perception, right? Yeah.
yeah.
For detail oriented, no. This is a general thing. If you had danger sense, that would apply. If anybody has that.
Why would I have that?
1 success.
Sorry,
Yes,
what was
one-
the difficulty again?
Difficulty is 8.
1 success.
1
2 for me.
success. Okay. Amy, what'd you get?
Oh, so I said 1.
Oh, damn. She got 5 successes? How the hell did that happen? She's very aware. That's her whole thing.
Was that Edie?
That's,
That was Edie.
that's her whole thing.
Edie's just very aware. There is going to be you're going to hold it out, and you're going to feel a bit of roll over you, and blood is going to start dripping onto the body from the coin. The coin begins bleeding. And all of you succeed this. All of you have an immediate bad feeling. And I need everybody here to make me an initiative roll.
Sorry, guys.
Oops.
I
forgot.
did the bad
Honestly,
thing.
I hearing you say that there's like when Kelly was describing from your role, I was like hoping there was because Darcie would have done it. If Darcie would have realized the mouth was shut, she would have opened it. Don't worry, I would have done the same thing. So
Yeah.
What was the initiative
Yeah.
roll again?
It is a D10 plus your dexterity and wit score.
Well, this is terrible for me, but one sec.
all right, not too bad, not too bad.
Does initiative explode?
Yeah, it only if you have a wits or dex specialty.
Okay.
Does my specialty of crisis mode apply?
Yes. Yes, it does. Wow, Edie and Rogers are not good at initiative. Okay.
Dang, Christine. Ooh.
All right, let's pop those in our ping chat. Okay. Oh, damn. Christine, roll a die for me. Actually, never
Okay.
mind. Never mind. I'm going.
That's why I
first.
asked if it explodes, because I rolled a 10.
Well, I know, but you tied with the thing
Ah.
because I rolled very low. Okay, so I've got Christine.
Jen
So-
looks like she's doing math over it. The cheese, Jen.
Oh, really?
I rolled an
my.
18.
Okay.
Ah!
I will have
And then
to.
add to add.
Oh, of course, you got okay. Okay, Evelyn. Then we have 25 for you. Oh man. Okay, Darcie. Then we have Edie. Then we have Rogers. Then we have Chastity at the bottom. All right, so you are going to feel blood dribble down your fingers, and then it's going to shake slightly, and you realize that something bad is about to happen. What do you do? Your initiative is up. Go.
I would like to. I think I can actually do this now. Am I able to throw up a forces shield around the boat?
Around the boat? With forces 4? You
Yeah.
absolutely can. You're going to be looking at difficulty of 7.
Cool. I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay. And what force are you using? Kinetic?
Yeah. Jesus. 6 successes.
6 successes.
I'm throwing it all into power. I'm not throwing it into time because this is on instinct. So this is me being
Wait, six
like,
successes?
protective.
Sorry, my brain glitched for a sec. Six
Yes.
successes?
Because I
Okay,
rerolled
all into
tens.
power.
Yeah.
Damn. So, oh, that's right. Reroll 10s on magic, and oh, also at Forces 4, you get to pick a specialty.
Oh, I do. I mean, it's fire, but
Okay, so we'll say
what else
fire.
would it
Okay.
be?
Okay, so 6 successes. So 1 into power to last for about a minute. 2 to last for the scene, and then the rest into power.
I think one to last for a minute because it is on instinct. It's me not. I'm not
Okay.
planning this, and I'm not thinking of. I'm just thinking of protection. That is
Okay.
everything I am thinking of.
So that's a minus. That's 12 dice of armor for anybody inside the boat.
Yep.
Okay. Oh wait, pardon me.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's going to be 12 dice of armor if it's just for a round. Okay. So you're going to how do you do that? You just grab your rope and
Because I'm holding rope, so I think I just actually is the rope that I'm holding on. There's rope that I was holding on to keep us like steady, wasn't there, or something like that?
you were holding onto rungs that were hammered into the side of the
Rungs. Okay. Is there rope around the boat at all?
There is rope in the boat for sure.
Cool. I think I'm just gonna grab the rope and just kind of like essentially lasso it around the boat, kind of as I like shout in Latin to just throw it up. This is off the cuff for sure, but rope is my my specialty instrument. So
Okay.
and it doesn't really matter for lowering difficulty because I rolled 8s, 9s, and 10s. So
Okay. So as you do that, the coin is in your hand. You're kind of holding it like what? Like this, like a potato chip. Like how are you holding it?
probably between like 3 fingers because I pulled it out of the mouth.
Okay, so the blood
So-
is dripping down your fingers in rivulets.
Yeah.
And as you're doing this, of course, Edie kind of like has tried to grab you. She's kind of like got a hand on your wrist.
Yeah.
And all right, so you throw that up. The spell is cast. The water trembles around you as your shield expands out, and Edie is holding onto your wrist. What did you just? And then the coin is going to roll over your fingers like you're doing a coin roll, and is going to make contact with Edie's bare flesh because you're wearing gloves, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cool. It's going to make contact with the flesh of the back of her hand and is going to meld through the flesh.
Oh,
And
good.
you'll see a lump begin to slide up her arm. It's not a bug, so it doesn't count.
Yep.
For-
Yep. Out of character, I was expecting that. In character, she's
Yep.
like, "What the fuck?"
and I'm gonna spend my hurt them more to just have this work. And Edie is going to start convulsing. A froth pushes out to her dark painted lips. And she's gonna start like convulsing. Her shoulders rock forward and backwards. You're going to hear the sucking sound of broken ribs as parts of her body begin to tremble. Evelyn, it's your turn.
Okay. Did I see that happen?
You see, yep, absolutely.
Okay. Has it disappeared?
Just sorry. As a side note, I'm dropping Spirit Sight because I do not want to see this in Spirit World.
It has, it's traveled up her shirt sleeve and is out of sight.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I don't know that I have anything that would be useful in this situation to try and stop this.
You have matter 3?
Yes.
Try and locate the coin and see if you can at least keep track of it so that even maybe Darcie could pull it out.
Yeah, I was gonna ask first. Trying to do that.
I'm gonna reach out then and rip her shirt sleeve
Okay.
Yeah.
and just yank to pull it off.
You're going to rend open her sleeve and jacket, and as you do, it will be in time to see it disappear into her underarm and most likely into her heart. But as you do that, you're going to see the flesh of her bare chest, bare arms undulate, and then grow spiky. Like a thin person bending over and the ribs or the ridges of their spine being visible. You're going to see bone nodules start to rise up through the chest.
In
Her
places
entire
where they really shouldn't be.
Make me a wits and medicine roll right now.
What's my difficulty?
Difficulty on this gonna be 5.
That's 4 successes then.
There is nothing in a body that should be ridged there. Her skeleton's being reconfigured.
Okay. I don't know that I can stop whatever's happening.
Probably not.
So I'm just going to startledly say that. That her skeleton's being reconfigured.
You are all going to see that her hands are going to start making that same breaking noise, and her fingers are going to squeeze into her palm and then elongate it as they extend until they're twice the length. The entire last 2 knuckles of her fingers being nail. All right, so Evelyn, Darcie.
Oh boy.
Get it out, get it out.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do with life 3 to try and expel this thing from her body?
This is not, you have no idea what's going on. This is some sort of possession, maybe.
Okay.
All you could do with life is you could heal her. You could try to put her body back the way it was. Maybe. You could, you know what, theoretically.
Not that life 4, which is fucking what I want.
You could theoretically try to counter magic the spirit's changes. But I think that's an arm wrestling match you might lose. But you could try.
Okay, because it's...
Alternatively, you
what
could
I was
run.
wanting... I mean, that's also an option. What I was thinking was... I guess there's no way to, like, try and curse... or, like, isolate the non-living thing from a living using life magic kind of thing. There's no way of, like, pushing
You
that.
probably need matter.
You'd need matter,
Alright.
you'd need spirit, you'd need to be able to sense what there wasn't.
Okay.
Remember, you're not just your spheres. You're more than your spheres, so you don't always have to solve a problem with magic.
I know. I just want to because that looks painful.
Oh yeah, it's painful.
It's awful.
Darcie wants to... Is there anything sharp nearby?
There is a sledge. It's not sharp, but it's heavy. Besides that, you have a knife that you use to cut open the bandages.
Yep. I would like to stab her in the heart.
All right. Okay, go ahead and make me a dexterity and melee roll. That is going to be at a
Perfect.
difficulty of 5 because she is in the middle of convulsions and is not able to, well, we'll say difficulty 6. I'll give you normal difficulty, but she cannot defend.
Okay. So it was dexterity and melee, you said?
Dexterity and melee, difficulty of 6.
Okay. I'm going to spend a willpower on one of my 2 remaining. Four successes.
Oh damn! All right, give me strength plus 4 lethal damage.
All right. The strength is the +4 is like just on top, or is that 4 dice?
It's 4 dice. Difficulty 6.
4 dice. Okay. It's been a while since I've done. What do I got?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Do 1 subtract on damage die?
I think we were ruling that they didn't because that sucks.
Okay, cool. And do 10s explode on damage? I forget.
No.
Okay.
Wait, were we going with the exploding 10s on damage? I think we were only if you had a specialty.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Or like had sharpened your knife with magic or something.
Yeah, you need to, something would have to apply.
Okay.
So how many successes do you have?
3 successes.
3 successes, and you know what? It's not my turn at this point, so I cannot soak lethal damage until after your round is over. All right, so lunging forward, you are going to plunge your dagger into her chest. Blood is going to pour out of the wound, and this bright red blood is going to spray onto your hand from the arterial wound that you've just dealt. And then as it is pouring out, it is going to darken and thicken until the blood is an almost black. And then you may make me a dexterity and athletics roll.
Okay. Difficulty?
Difficulty of 6. So
3 successes.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm spending a willpower. Okay. Did I get that right? Okay, I'm spending my other hurt the more. There we go. Okay, so she is going to like down onto the bloody knife, and then suddenly her head's going to snap up, and you're going to see a membrane flicker across her eyes like congealed blood, and her head's going to snap to the side, and sacrébleu, and is going to take a swipe at you with her elongated fingers. This is going to be she's going to hit you with 2 successes.
So what is Joe's force thingy that does not affect?
That is only to get into the boat, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Okay.
Or is that around everyone in the boat? I took that as you're putting a shell around the boat to protect the boat, right, Josephine?
Yeah, because I wasn't aware that the danger, because I acted on instinct, I wasn't aware the danger came from the coin. I was thinking it was coming from around us.
Yeah, no worries. I was just wanted, so yeah, you can't. And I forget because it's been a while for that. Defending doesn't. There's no like a dodge or anything.
You just did. I gave you, that was that roll. I gave you a defensive roll.
Ah, okay, cool. I just,
Okay, so you're gonna take 3 levels of lethal damage.
Ouchies.
As these claws are going to rend out and scratch you across the abdomen and scrape over across your lower ribs. Rogers is going to shriek, You just stabbed! Oh my god! And
you think I want this?
oh, you know what? He rolled high enough that he actually is not a complete idiot. I'm gonna give him a willpower roll to not panic, though. 1 sec. Wow, Rogers, you're a goddamn hero, man. Dexterity. Melee. God damn it, Rogers. I like this kid. He's like 16, And he's, get out of my friend! And he's going to like grab this little American kid that's in the boat with you, is going to swing one of the oars and crank Edie in the face for 3 levels of bashing damage. Let me see if I can soak this.
Nice.
He's gonna smack her in the face with the oar, and you're gonna see a bunch of teeth spray to the ground. And she's going to push the oar aside and smile through a broken visage of all of these shattered teeth. She does not seem to care that her body is being damaged. Chastity, it's your turn. What do you do?
I have a very quick question which will make a difference what I do. So I bought Life 1 a couple games ago. Would that be usable at this point? If I merged
How many games ago
it
did you buy it?
2 games. This is the 3rd one. Might be too soon, but I wanted to check.
How would you plan on using it if you used it?
I want to try and freeze her in a stasis, sort of.
Sure.
Like I think I got a
3,
tiny
Life
bit
1?
of that gin left, and I was hoping I got time 3, Life 1.
Yep.
I don't know if you want me to throw some prime in there for pattern locking or something.
No, not even a little bit.
No, okay. This is kind of a Hail Mary.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which is apropos. And I'm going to spend a quintessence
Okay, so
and
you are...
a willpower.
Okay, so the way this is going to do to dilate time around her, you are going to basically doing a reduce speed? No, you're doing a
As
slow
much
time.
as I can to like stop this transformation and freeze her, like whatever I can do. This is very much.
Okay, that sounds great. What we're going to do is you're going to be able to freeze her, but you'll be able to slow her down. So that is going to be difficulty of, this is going to be uncanny. This is going to be difficulty of 3. You're in a crisis, so that's going to be difficulty of 3, 6, 7. Difficulty 8, 7 with the quintessence, and you have your usual focus of alcohol. Difficulty of 6.
Yeah, and I think she's also gonna basically say bow price compels you type like kind of thing, because you know what? Sure, this is an exorcism. Why not? So you said 6?
Yep.
It's my okay. And I had a 1 from spending a willpower. Sadly, that's a 9, an 8, and a 1, so that is only going to be 2 successes total.
Okay, so that is going to reduce one of her actions next round. So you're going to slow her down enough. She actually gets 2 actions around, so congrats.
Oh, shit.
That's going to take her next action away, meaning that she does not act again until after Darcie, without spending points of essence. Which I'm going to say that she can't do until her next turn. So Josephine, you are up. Chastity, you take a swig, locking her in place as she slows down, and that is going to give you a point of paradox. Which I think it's time for us to roll that.
Yeah, I was sitting at 5, and you just gave me some uncanny, so
I did.
Good times.
Okay.
And I don't know that Chas has had
How are we gonna
paradox.
manage to set the Thames on fire? But we're gonna do it.
Okay.
I mean, oil?
That's true.
So as you take a swig,
I think she was actually kind of gonna sprinkle it like holy water.
okay.
Yeah. Like she's kind of like gonna like maybe do like if she can do both, but that's kind of how I was envisioning it.
Take a swig, spray it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. She'll spit it on her. Fine. Let's do that.
That seems more apropos. So as you do that, you're going to take a swig, you're going to spray it, and you are going to become quite dizzy. And as you do, you're going to basically spray, lose your footing, and fall off the boat.
Oh shit.
You don't know which way is up. and we'll see whether or not you can swim next round. Josephine, what do you do? Now, Josephine, I'm assuming that you put up your shield so that one way was not, but out was okay. So that means that Chastity also can't get back into the boat until the start of your turn, which is right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. So yeah, I think realizing now that the situation is bad, very bad. I have this rope that I just used to try and do the shield kind of still in my hands. And I'm going to wrap it around my fist and do possibly a combo prime and forces effect to prime bolt her in the chest.
Ooh, nice. Why forces as well? You can just do prime if you want to.
I could just do prime if I want. My initial instinct was to get her away from the boat, so I would like to do forces to also shove her, but...
Okay. Sure, so we can absolutely do that.
Then I remembered I had prime too and could do a prime bolt, so...
Let's do it. Let's combine them together. So that's going to be super powered Kamehameha. That's going to be difficulty of this is going to be quite big, so that's going to be difficulty of 3, 6, difficulty 8. You've got your specialty focus. Pardon me, 9 with forces as well, so that'll be difficulty 8 with your specialty focus.
Cool. I'm going to spend my last point of quintessence.
Okay.
And I am spending a willpower as well.
Okay.
So that's difficulty 7, right?
Difficulty 7, yeah.
Jeez. Christine, your dice luck. Thank you.
Did you steal it?
Yeah, I have. 7 successes.
Okay, so that is... One sec.
I solved the problem.
Okay, I soaked 2 of them.
Okay.
But with Darcie already having dealt 3 levels of damage to me, that means that with 7 turns into 14 levels of aggravated damage. Oh, actually, one sec. Quick question. Were we running standard M20 or my homebrew for purposes of quintessence bolts? Amy, were quintessence bolts requiring a point of quintessence to wield? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember. I thought...
Either way, my lowest roll that was a success was an 8.
Okay,
so if I had to, I either spent to lower difficulty or I spent to...
Perfect,
it doesn't matter.
perfect. Okay, so that is going to give you... Okay, you now have 2 points of paradox. That's ridiculous.
Oh no.
Oh no. You know what? For that, I'm gonna give you 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I wanna. Okay, so how do you do this? Like, tell me how you Kamehameha. You're going to destroy her body. I want to know what this looks like.
That's fair. So I have the rope. I wrap it around my hand, and I actually have, and I just yell. Well, I probably say some more. Actually, do I have a? So I have a forces rote that does have some Latin with it, where I essentially pray to a warrior god, because it's Latin. So yeah, and so I'll start with, O Bellator Deus, and then go ad undus, which is, to hell or to the waves with you kind of thing, and punch her.
Okay.
Which
and
at least punching at her is
you're going to make contact, and you're going to see like a flash of arcane light. And I need everybody on the boat. Are you punching here, down, up? How are you punching her? Because the direction matters.
I think I'm punching kind of up towards her chest, because that's where we kind of saw the coin going. And
she is going to lift off the boat from your forces. Oh God, you guys, you're gonna see Josephine do this, reach forward and punch her right in the sternum, and there's this glowing flash of energy that's going to surge from Josephine into Edie's body. Edie is going to launch like a rocket into the lower steel of London Bridge 100 feet above and explode into a rain of gore.
I didn't. So much for being subtle.
And you are going
Josephine
to...
drops to her knees and is just in shock.
You are going to hear this shuddering scream echo through all of your senses as something trembles the layers of reality in front of you and returns back to another plane.
I didn't mean it. I did. Didn't mean it.
Edie!
That wasn't Edie anymore. I'm sorry.
Maybe she's still alive. And then a rain of gore is going to fall on top of the boat. There's the slapping sound of like wet fish, but it's pieces of Edie's tongue just...
The thing we were talking about potentially doing, was that a matter 4 thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Or at least something maybe with more time and some cooperation between people. We didn't have time.
Evelyn, would you like to put your umbrella up?
Yes, please.
Okay. A bit of intestine is going to slide down your umbrella. It's singed. And Darcie, what would you like to do?
Darcie would like to heal herself. Cause ouchies.
Give me a life
she's
difficulty 6.
Okay. Darcie's going to take out some special herbs that she had refilled on the boat, and she's just gonna start like chewing them up and mashing them, and then just like shoving them on her abdomen where the thing just raked her. That is raked with a K, a hard K in there, guys.
Okay. That's how I refer to
Tens
myself
explode for magic.
Sunday nights.
Oh my god.
That's my name.
Tens explode for magic, right?
Tens explode with magic, yeah.
Okay.
Chastity, do me a favor, make me a stamina roll.
Sure, I bought that up last time. That's good. What's my difficulty?
3 successes.
You're going to heal
Darcie.
yourself to full. And
Perfect.
I'm going to add a point of paradox for the slightly uncanny effect.
Yeah.
What was my difficulty for
Difficulty
stamina?
6.
Okay. Oh, that's the normal, right? That's it. That's 2.
2. Okay, you're going to take no damage. You're going to come up from the water hard, and kind of like your head's going to impact the side of the boat, but you're going to suck it up. It
Just
hurts,
gonna like
but you're
scrabble. Just like trying to
And
grab on.
As you are all in shock, a pair of hands is going to go on the side of the boat.
And just hoist.
And the ship is full of guts and blood and gore.
What the fuck? And I think Jas is going to like lurch and like let go. I don't know if that's gonna.
Okay, I need everybody to make me a dexterity and athletics roll because the boat is going to kick around.
Dexterity athletics, all right.
Yep,
Well, what's the
Josephine, you may choose to
difficulty?
fail if you'd like, but cat-like balance probably means you won't. Difficulty is going to be, I'm gonna say 7 for those of you that are standing. If you're sitting, difficulty 6.
1 success.
Okay. Darcie is going to, you botched. What's your dexterity score?
My dex is 2.
Okay. Okay. You are going to pitch around and are going to fly into the water. As you do, you're going to lose grip on your knife, and it's going to be lost in the shuffle. Not your athame, but your knife.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And Evelyn, how much you get?
1.
Okay, so you almost fall overboard. Josephine, what'd you get?
So the thing is I have so many dots to this and cat-like balance, and I still botched.
Okay.
All of my successes were those magic rolls.
You are going
All
to
of
fall
them.
into the water, and until you take time to repair your gun, you use a flintlock, right?
Yeah.
Or you use a revolver?
Yeah, I am kneeling in the boat, so I don't know if it's physically possible for me to pitch over the side.
Well, what's going to happen now is, Evelyn, you got 1 success on your dexterity and athletics? Cool. Evelyn, you're going to jump off the boat as the two of them, their double botch causes the rowboat to capsize.
Yep,
Cool.
Can I jump
that makes
towards the
sense.
stanchion and land on it?
Yeah, your 1 success is going to be you were right next to the rungs. You went, oh, and went and grabbed onto the rungs.
Because I feel it's like Chas like goes
Okay,
like, what
so
the fuck, slams down and lets go. Probably
I kind of somehow
like chain reaction,
the umbrella, too.
stabilizing
Yeah.
Darcie, and then like
Yeah.
Darcie and I
Evelyn grabs
overcorrect.
on.
Yeah,
and then-
we overcorrect, and then the bar just goes,
Yeah.
and we're wet.
Poor Rogers had 4 successes.
Damn, Rogers just like rolls on top of the boat as it's on the other side and jumps off.
Yeah, he's just like log running it.
Yeah.
And with that, you fall sputtering into the water. And I think that's where we're going to take our break. As you are all sputtering in the water. Folks, we'll be back in just a sec. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. We're back. This is the part of the program where we talk to the chat. Sorry, we were away a little while longer. I was responding to a YouTube comment. Someone commented on our recent Dragonlance episode. And I want to take a moment to talk about this real quick because it's been stated several times, and I don't think that there ever is a time to continue to not state this. Whenever we drop a new series on YouTube, we get a bunch of influx of new viewers, and inevitably there is always someone, usually it's 3 guys all with hats on their profiles, on their profile pictures, who say, pronouns. Because what we do is at the beginning of our stream, you might know, we drop our pronouns. It takes less than 1 second per person. The streams are at least 3 hours long, so that is let's say it's 2 seconds each. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 seconds out of a 3-hour-long episode. Okay, to go ahead and share pronouns. People freak out. They call us being way too woke. They do all sorts, they get really pissy about us using pronouns. But I got one person who just said that we were that they were going to watch it, but they heard pronouns and don't support virtue signaling and are unsubscribing, even though they just subscribed, because they only accept pronoun use from trans people. And that cisgendered people who use pronouns are virtue signaling. Here's the thing. Maybe we're virtue signaling a little bit. I don't know. I don't actually think virtue signaling is a thing. Personally, I don't think it really is a thing unless you're trying to gain something from it.
Yeah, you're
Correct?
trying to gain accolade of some sort.
We're not. In fact, we're scaring transphobes away with it, so we're actually losing views. Which, oh well. At the end of the day, I think about this from two minds. As a showrunner, I'm like, oh no, I'm losing people, and then I'm like, well, didn't want them anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want those people. Fuck off.
Yeah, we don't want
But
phobes.
You know what
so-
means more to us than those people who have such an issue with it? Our friends who this looks after and makes them feel normalized
Well-
and happy and safe in their skin and safe here.
We didn't used to do pronoun drops at the beginning of streams. It just wasn't something that I was like, oh, what if that? When we were growing, I was really worried about like that alienating people or making people feel weird, because it is, especially especially in the States, way more than Canada, a political statement. It's not really for us. But we had some crossovers with the people from Tabletop Titties, and they do it like religiously. They're very, very big on representing any type of marginalized community. They're a great stream, and I strongly suggest anybody who's looking for another stream, go to Tabletop Titties with 2 Ds, double Ds. But we were talking about it, and they brought up a really good point about normalization, which is that because originally my thing was like, oh, if anybody wants to drop their pronouns, they're more than welcome. But if only the person who has alternative pronouns drops them, that is waving a big flag over their head that says, I'm weird, I'm different, I'm able to be targeted for something. Whereas if all of us do it, then it's not a thing. Like nobody is outside of the crowd. Nobody is marginalized if everybody's included. Right. And it's one small way to make things more comfortable. And on top of this, like 75% of the Dork Tales cast is some type of queer, like on some spectrum, even if it's just a tiny little bit of queer bit. Like, even if it's like something that 10 years ago probably wasn't identifiable by mainstream queer culture, like demisexuality, right? Asexual, sure. Demisexual is kind of like a subcategory of that, so maybe that didn't count 10 years ago or wouldn't there. But like, we have a lot of people who are even like non-binary people. We have a lot of people who are, I don't know, like, or just like, I mean, demigender is another fun one. Because I gotta be honest, I don't feel like a dude I feel like a guy. I don't feel like a man. I feel like a guy, if we're being 100% honest. Like, I'm a guy, yeah, but like, it's like, oh, you're a man now.
Yeah, it's like when I worked in retail and someone's like calls me ma'am, and I'm just like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Right?
Whenever anybody calls me sir or mister, I get kind of creeped out. I'm like, what the? No, I'm an eternal like 18-year-old boy. Like, leave me alone.
Right? Well, I've gotten mammed before, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I've been mammed, but I've also been
out of your mouth.
And I don't like either.
Awful.
Miss
So
is
I was
okay,
leaving-
a little bit younger, but like still I don't like it. I'm like, just call
It
me
feels
like,
too girlish.
Yeah.
Too kitty.
So we'll get off this topic in just a minute, but I just wanted to say that like someone leaving a comment like that is just so like, well, I only believe that trans people should do it. It's like, well, for one,
No.
there are a lot of trans people in your life that you don't know are trans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bold of you to assume that I am cisgendered.
Also,
You'd be correct in this case, but bold.
sorry, what are you saying, Jen?
I was going to say, at least for two from my side of things, if you feel that way, stop using I pronouns, please.
Oh, just and like the anti-pronoun thing. It's just, but the thing is, I can't engage in that on YouTube. Like, I really want to get in knockdown drag out fights, but I've just started muting people. If you leave negative comments, I had one person leave a negative comment on Dragonlance because I was a little stage frighty at the beginning of that episode, and I'm working off of printed off notes because my freaking book hasn't arrived yet, you know, so I'm going back and forth between printed materials and I'm losing my page and things like that. So I'm a little slow, and some guy's like, almost unbearable pauses made the episode almost unbearable. DM needs to stop doing the DM voice. I'm like, no, I'm here to do the DM voice. Shut up. That's why I'm here. I'm here to do.
Yep.
You walk down the hallway. Also, I don't understand people who are like complaining about narration. And they say things like they should get to the point, because the point is that it's a story. But anyway, I don't want to dwell too much on negative YouTube comments because we have sworn off doing that. But I just wanted to say, for pronoun use, like, it's the one annoyance that I will talk about is people getting upset about queer representation and then getting all up about how woke our stream is. And it's like, I mean, like, I'm barely awake to begin with. Like, I'm usually pretty sleepy. But
I have insomnia right now. Well, I'm never not tired.
Oh no.
It just
But on the flip side, there's been so many really positive comments too. Like,
let's talk about some of those.
amazing.
So
overflowing of appreciation and
and
feel good. I'm not even in that game.
Professor Multiverse was getting their group to comment.
That was so
that's
sweet.
ridiculous.
Yes, that
by
was
the way,
so
PM.
sweet. I looked at this morning and I was like, yeah, our community is so cute, like a high pitched
cute.
squeal.
Though I gotta admit, after like on the episode 0, I love how many people commented about the fact that like I was commenting about like David Eddings books. and
Yeah, a
stuff
lot of
like
people
that.
were big on the David Eddings thing.
I was like, oh my god, there's actually fans. I didn't know this.
It's so
No way
weird.
I'd ever talked to before knew about them.
It's so weird to think about people getting upset about little things like that, though. Thank you, Riggs. That's a very sweet comment. So I want to talk. Yeah, so we were kicking ass on Dragonlance. We're at 7,000 views, something like that, on episode 0. We're at 18. We're at 18.99 as of now.
Yeah.
One person go view the video, and then we're at 1,900 views. I mean, that's super good. That's almost that's an extra half as much as Call of the Netherdeep had.
Well, and
Yep,
for
Call of Another Deep
episode
reached-
1, we're at 1,961 views. We are this close to 2,000 views within 24 hours.
Well, because the episode dropped
That's
around
wild.
9ish yesterday, so
Yep.
everybody go to episode 1 and upvote it, and then comment "I love pronouns." No, for real. No. But anyway, hey folks, welcome to the Mage Chat. I just wanted to talk about that real quick because it does kind of bug me, and it's the one thing I will talk about. I was narrating a bit slow though. And that's the thing about that one comment. That guy was right, and that's what I hate. Is I was a little stage frighty. And I'm like, oh, why is it always that they're like, it's like, oh, and he had a cowlick. I'm like, shut up! I knew about the cowlick.
I don't take those
do you
comments seriously though, because like
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just
It's-
trolls.
it's the first episode. Everybody has a starting like
Yeah,
Yeah.
Except
Wow,
with Mage.
how
Our
long
first
you been
episode of
doing
Mage
it?
was just perfect.
yeah,
it's
but
true.
we were all
Yeah.
very, very nervous going into it. I remember
Oh,
that much.
I
We were
was
all like shaking.
shitting myself. I was my first time, and I was like,
Yeah, Shay Reinke? Shay, or Shia. There are many ways that name could be said. Yeah, Dragonlance is Wednesdays. It's over on our YouTube right now. By the way, if you are watching this Twitch and are not watching our YouTube, you know that's where all of our stuff goes after Twitch, right? And it's there forever or 5-ever.
there's so
go-
much backlog.
Yeah.
You would
There-
never be
Subscribe
bored.
so much.
On YouTube.
on
Yeah.
YouTube. YouTube, and it's on youtube.com/dorktales. We have both domains. We were ahead, but we didn't manage to get dorktales.com. We got dorktales.ca. We're working on that slowly. Sorry, Jen. I had a list of things I was supposed to look over, and I can't find it. But yeah, we've got it's so good, guys. It's so good. We'll hop back in after a minute. So anyway, thank you for sticking with us and for watching while we're on ping now. So that everybody looks so good, by the way. Like you're all like very, I mean, you're very attractive, don't get me wrong. But you're also very clear, which is really great.
also, I really appreciate and like I try not to. I try and do my costuming to the fullest that I can, but I forgot to buy the eyeliner. As I don't know if that was said live or not. I think it might have been. But I appreciate things like Snap Camera that are actually like I finally got that to work with my computer to get through Zoom and stuff. So it's like, well, I don't have the makeup, but I can find a filter that, actually works nicely on my face.
It's
Because
true, but you could always be like, hey, Robin, I need you to look at me.
yeah,
Because I accidentally just dropped a coin into my heart. Oh, come on. Damn it, not that fast. Hold on. There we go.
oh, there we go.
Is this better? Hi.
I mean, for when you do the devil, sure. When we finally meet this son of a crap.
See, on the Twitch screen,
Then it
though,
looked
it
like
kind of
this.
looks like you've just got your eyes closed with really dark eyeshadow.
No, I'm sorry. What about this?
Oh, that's freaky.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. See, I could go Grinch. Well, snap.
Don't do it. Don't put the sexy grit. No! That's a different
I
sexy
hate
grit.
it. That's not sexy.
No,
No,
there was a
this is
sexy Grinch
weird.
filter, though.
No,
There
that's
was
like
one.
Cats. Like the musical.
But green
Yeah.
and
Oh.
sparkly.
And deeply unsettling.
Do you think that YouTube commenter would have said anything about my virtue signaling if I had this filter on? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dork Tales. This is my character from the thing last night that we recorded for Christmas.
Oh, you
Oh
should have
my
been using that last
gosh.
night.
Yeah, you should have.
I didn't think about it. Wink.
Oh, I'm a Brad stall now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What was that under? Was that under Bratz?
Horrifying.
No, it's on Cartoon. It's called Cartoon. I can't see what it's called.
You're gonna have to show me how to get this thing.
Let's see. Oh, hold on.
It's on like the main front page for like top community lenses.
Oh, is
Let's
it?
just scroll down a little bit. Yeah. Bling, baby.
Scuba, Batman mask. We're good. All right. We'll be heading back to the Victorian Era sometime soon. Sometime soon.
Spider-Man.
God damn it.
I I wish I had something I could also join in on the fight.
we're
Oh,
going-
Oh my god!
How does that work with the hair? Why does that work with the hair?
Robin, Random's asking for trying out looks for Darcie's date.
Oh, yeah. You know. Oh, it's
Wait.
pretty facial track.
Where's my super suit? No.
Oh my god!
Well, I know what we'll be using for the next werewolf game.
Did
I
you
know. Oh my!
look? I'm Bryn.
Oh, it hurts. Wait.
And the best part, Robin, is that is being replaced by background on
Oh,
Twitch.
of course.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
It did.
It was really bad
Oh
too.
my
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
So,
have
hey,
snap.
you know what I would love? I'd love if I had some cool glasses.
Hot eyes, motherfucker. This is the cool content you get.
This is the content you pay for.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Peter, good. We're ready to head back into the Matrix. Ah.
Oh my god!
God damn. I'm sorry, folks. I'm really sorry for everything. I'm sorry for
Yeah.
everything. Everything I've ever done. Soft touch. What is this? Oh, it just turns me into Bryn again.
So that wolf one that
Yeah.
Robin was using reminded
that
me
called?
of
Let me see if I can.
of
go back and
Luna
find it.
from Hell of a Boss. Vaguely.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that totally did with your hair like that.
It's like, oh, you're just a hellhound. All right.
I
Yeah,
remember I was
got
watching
it.
Hell of a Boss for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, am I a furry now?
Yeah,
Luna's hot.
she. I'm
Hilarious.
attracted to.
I'm attracted to this wolf, and I don't know what's up. All right, are you ready to head to Paris?
Yeah, but didn't you also grow up on like Robin Hood, like Disney's Robin
Yes.
Hood? Like
Eh,
all of us
yes.
are kind of screwed up a little
Yeah.
bit.
A
I'm
little bit of
pretty
a
sure.
furry.
Yeah, basically.
I
And then
love
they
the
doubled down on it
tracking.
with Zootopia. Like,
It's
So
really
what's
true.
the-
Yeah.
What's the name of the filter, Robin?
It's called
Yeah.
Wolf Head something. I can share the snap code or share the.
Or I can
commands
just
link.
type it, and then I can go, hi. How you
Hi.
doing? Oh, their eyebrow game's really
I know,
good.
right? The tracking's good.
Like, look at this. It's
Those
even getting
eyes, too.
singulars.
That is wild.
I want to have this. I need to make this happen.
Oh, it
I'm
did
trying.
the pursed
I'm
lips
trying real
too.
hard.
Look at
I don't know if it's working though. I may have screwed this
fuck her
up.
Whoa.
I'm invisible now, baby.
Oh dear.
Alright,
And
I'm gonna
now
save this
I'm in.
one to
Oh, did it mess
favorite.
up? Oh, yeah, I messed up. Okay.
Oh my. Okay.
See, I use-
that's
I
a
use
lot
Snap-
of options.
Yeah, there's a lot of options for Snap Camper. Snap Camper is really good for working on streams. Although I can't use some of the filters, just don't work. Like that one's supposed to clean shave you. This one's supposed to give you like, oh, this one does work. I could be a
One
I
sec.
could be
I
a
need
dwarf
to
now.
see if I can.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm screwing this up. We're gonna find out.
All right. And oh, here we go. Ready?
I'm trying to make the thing work.
Oh,
Hold
now
on.
we're getting rid of that.
Camera not available. What are you doing?
You'll have to go off stream. I can't wait till you get to use this though.
Ah, this is so rude.
Ooh, stylish beard. Here we go. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Fancy.
How about this?
I don't think I can do any of these
Mm,
fun things.
Are those red eyes?
They're red eyes.
Nice.
Oh, maybe not with your.
Oh, I can get
The-
pink hair
can-
from
I
my
can do
date.
it.
See, because
Got
I
it.
use
I got it.
I've got my cyborg
nice.
eye.
Mmm.
Oh, I like that it turns my other eye blue for extra contrast.
There you go, Amy. You got it.
There we go. She found it.
All right, everybody, we got a new Werewolf Chronicle happening. Oh,
See, I can't do it though.
Oh,
I can teach you how to do it, Jen. It's pretty easy.
I don't
Yeah, I
have
don't
any
know if your
options to do
computer-
it.
Oh, have you downloaded Snap Camera?
No, that's the thing, is I don't have it. So
Okay, so when you download it, it's really easy. You just set it as your webcam,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
then you go. Oh,
Just do it with my face. It doesn't understand.
the way
me.
it howls.
You're like drunk. You're all laughing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mage the Victorian Era. There we go. Oh, I've got my woo eyes. Ooh, woo.
Oh, okay, how do I? Let's get rid of it.
All right, let's go
Okay,
back. to
anyway.
All right, I'll put Freckles back on there.
Put Freckles back
Amazing.
on. Anyway, welcome to the quality content you get here on Mage the Victorian Era. And we only lost 3 people through that entire bit from the viewers.
Nice.
But we got a follow through the pronoun talk, so
Nice. And then they
Yay.
immediately unfollowed when they're like, ugh, oh, Snap Camera.
Welcome to Werewolf the Victorian.
Yeah, an
Age.
Iron Warrior.
That's-
Your 14-year-old is
that's
super
called
valid,
the
by
Wild
the way.
West. Werewolf is the Wild West, and we all
Wicked
want
Wild.
to go there.
Oh
Wicked
my
Wild
gosh!
Wild West,
Please
Jim
allow
West.
me in the pack for
Werewolf is
this.
the Wild West.
I want
Wild.
to.
Oh,
I want to be a werewolf.
a
I've always
werewolf.
wanted to be a werewolf.
You're not allowed to go into
werewolf?
every game.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, we do have like one
We
open
need
space
rest
in the
and
werewolf
breaks.
pack for a full pack, but like, no.
I know.
Because you would implode.
Why
Yeah.
would I?
We need to
implode?
protect you from
God, too
yourself and
much
your
stuff.
enthusiasm.
Yeah, you do. You really do. I need.
Just remember
So I
that
had to
one
switch-
episode.
Instead of the wolf head with snap camera, I'll just do this.
Oh, angry octopus! No.
No. Where's Wolf?
I got angry at puns in the chat.
All right,
I know. I
folks,
saw.
So that is, I think, any other things we have to. Oh, actually, there is one thing I got to talk about, and then we'll hop back into game for the last 45 minutes. Yeah, don't pull a candle keep from Dork Tales. I'm very happy to say that we are at 120 patrons over at patreon.com/dorktales, which means we are only 5 patrons away from Robin having to run a game too. So the beginning of that has already been
See, you already
started.
have that to deal with.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
true.
you're
I can't be
gonna
in a
be-
Okay,
It's
you know what I gotta say. And oh yeah, I know it's one of our viewers right now. Thank you very much for the love in the episode. Looking forward to the Dork Tales interpretation of Dragonlance. Thank you for being so inclusive and aware of social structures, and love that we relate our pronouns at the beginning. It's awesome to be able to understand your cast a bit better. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I know who in the chat said that just now. I know one of you went and did that because you're a sweetie. I feel good about that. That's pretty great. So what I wanted to say is that Robin's got to run a game, and I'm probably going to put on the Patreon what I am going to play as a vote, because Robin wants me to play Kratos.
I do.
And I
really do.
kind of have an idea for a character concept, Robin, but like, so I'll put it in our ping chat just so you can see Robin's response. Okay.
Okay.
Right? That's not a bad choice
Yes.
either.
Yes, that's equally good. That
But
is
I was like-
equally.
I was like, I don't want to play another womanizer character. And
That's fair.
that's the quick fix.
Yep. That's the quick fix right there.
Yeah.
I love it.
But
I
it's
will
also like
I will happily do
Yeah.
the other side of that.
facilitate.
Happily enable that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to play another womanizer character because I'm going to be playing my character.
Oh god, now I want to play a womanizer. Your character's super hot, Jen,
God.
and made me feel things.
I'm just gonna
remember
flirt with all
back
of you
that-
in this character as a DM. This is my dream, actually, I realized. Just a DM getting to flirt with all of her PCs.
You already flirt with everybody.
I know, but now I get to do it as a DM and I can be multiple people flirting.
This is true.
It's true.
This is true. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm curious what people want me to play, because I want to play something I can costume. I really want to play a Dragonborn, but we can't you can't costume that realistically. We looked into it.
Find a snap filter of a dragon head.
You know what? I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we're gonna head back in to see, because that's one of the reasons I wanted to use Snap Camera. But like, we're talking like this, which gets green screened out. Oh,
you breathe fire.
all right, I'm gonna favorite this one for later though. There's this.
God. No, that's something else.
That's something else. There's Dragon Punt, which is just a picture of Ken from Street Fighter. There's a Frieza filter. Oh, hold on.
I like how the green dragon, when it green screens out, you just look like Batman breathing fire.
There. I can just use this. Hi.
Oh, God.
Oh no, we're being raided. We're
That
being
actually
raided
works
while
pretty
I'm
well,
a dragon. Hello, you're catching us right at the end of our break.
It actually looks like you're a lizard wearing a suit.
Yep.
That's pretty
So
fantastic.
someone
Geico
click this and
over
make
there.
a gif of this in 3, 2. There we go. I'm gonna favorite this for later too. And then there's this where I'm just glowing, but that erases me from everything. There's a random, what the fuck? Why would someone make this? Someone
Whoa,
spent hours
hi.
tracking this to put lizards on your face. And the tails realistically move her. What the hell? Ah,
Amazing.
put that back on for a sec, Robin.
Why?
Just do it.
Why?
Do it while I have
Wait a
lizards
second.
on my face. Hurry.
All right, all right. Brit.
All right. I have now screen captured that for future use for Professor Multiverse.
Oh no.
Nice.
Oh, what
Yeah,
you
that's
see right
pretty
now,
cool.
Robin? It's just killing
There we
me.
go.
Oh my god.
There
it's
we go.
awful.
What is even happening? We don't even know.
This is
I'm gonna
pretty
start
great,
crying all my makeup off. Like,
though. All right, back to
Are you guys ready to go
Freckles.
back to game? This is how many successes
yeah,
Jen
let's go
rolled.
back. Okay,
Drowning.
you gotta give me like a few seconds. I need to have trauma. It's time for trauma.
Like you just obliterated a person.
This is what you look like when you were obliterating them, Jen.
Saying. How are you
Come.
Thank you, Amy. Amy gets 5,000 experience points for
For what?
supporting me.
Okay.
For being
So I gotta
very-
turn these tears from laughing tears into trauma tears.
To crying tears.
Yeah.
What is
just 3 dragons on my head now.
So I see
damn.
Fair and Garleon and their love child right there.
No, that's just Pete.
Okay.
Is that the one on your head?
Yeah.
The one that's just like sitting there going like, wow.
He's like, I know he's constantly going, wow.
Okay, I'll search Dragonborn. Oh, of course, the only Dragonborn is this one.
Nope, it's failed you.
Yeah.
My face hurts, and
Yeah,
I
me
blame
too.
you
Mine too.
entirely. Both of you.
All right.
My cheeks hurt so much from smiling.
Ow.
But yeah, so I'm not sure what I want to play in that. But I'm very excited for Technocracy, so long as like that.
Two, I loved
And that
my
was a really good
character,
game, Jen.
and I was really sad that I felt sick and had to leave partway through.
I can't take as much praise. I don't know what I'm gonna do if the game is actually good.
The game's solid. You can always be chasing. You'll always be chasing me because I was the one who got you into the game, though. So,
Yeah, it's true.
oh my god.
Stop it! Damn it!
Oh my god, I almost fucking spat my drink on my laptop. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
No! Oh
The
my
mouth tracking on that one's really good. Anyway, so folks, hold on.
And as you can tell, we have lost the
sir.
plot entirely.
There.
Of
Oh
course.
god, is that one of those things from the Bullywugs?
Oh god. Anyway, so folks, if
I'm
you
just
want
glad that-
if you want Robin's game to happen, go to the Patreon right now. We need to be 125 patrons. holding through into January, and then that game will happen, and you'll be able to see it. So go to the Patreon right now. But that's about it. And then I guess I'm gonna have to add additional tiers. There are talks of other games being ran, and scheduling and things like that. Oh God!
Just as long as we don't accidentally overload ourselves.
Yep.
Oh,
Gotta
always.
be careful of that.
I mean, look at all of us.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say the words. Even if no one does them, it's
You have to say it just to make sure
have
that
to
you,
say the
you said
words.
it.
they were
At least
said.
somebody said
If
them.
they're promptly dismissed and ignored, that is not the problem. That's not my problem. The words were said.
Yep.
Nice. All right, folks. Any last things before we head back in? All right, that was nice and easy. All right, so without further ado, because we got plenty of ducks, let's head back into Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, here on Dork Tales. Yeah. Anybody else? Nothing? Okay.
We're pretty quackers ourselves.
Quack, quack. Further ado.
Amy.
Okay, perfect. Got the right song. Hello and welcome back to Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, here on Dork Tales. When we left you, you were recovering from exploding Edie's body after it had been possessed by some strange creature of blood or murder or something even more vile. As the body continued to rain from overhead where it had been exploded on the underbelly of London Bridge, you each pitched in the rowboat as Chastity grabbed the side, eventually capsizing the thing and dropping you all into the Thames. Except for Evelyn and Rogers, who was able to right themselves, grabbing onto the boat's underside and grabbing on to the strut of the bridge irrespectively. And with that, you are all sputtering in the water, and that's where we're going to start. What do you do?
Gonna try and grab onto the capsized boat is what Jazz is doing.
Okay. Ladies, are you quite all right?
What was the... Where did Edie go?
Josephine took care of the problem.
Oh. Well, I don't think that was the outcome we were aiming for, was it?
What was
Evelyn's going to loop her hand through one of the rungs to shake off her umbrella before folding it and hanging it off her bag.
Is that... Ooh.
Josephine, she wasn't human anymore. I tried as well to give her a merciful end, and also hoped it would stop that.
We could have tried to exercise her or something. You just killed her.
I don't think an exorcism was going to be of use.
I don't...
It was changing her skeleton. I don't think you come back from that sort of damage.
Yeah, well, now we'll never know.
I don't know. I slowed something down.
Rogers is going to hop into the water, righting the boat as he does, and then climb into it.
But it's gone now, though, right?
But
What caused it?
Yes. You sent it. You sent it packing when you killed her.
Oh, I guess that's one
Sorry.
tiny blessing, at least. That it didn't jump.
Do what you need to do inside of the bridge, and please get the fuck away from my market. And he'll start rowing
Right.
over to a bit of fabric is going to flutter down onto the lake, or onto the surface of the river, and he's going to row over to it, reach over and unpin a brooch from it, and put it on his lapel. And then row away from you all, leaving you in the water.
Darcie will start to swim towards the shore.
I have a bit of an important out of character question.
Please.
So I had a baby kraken in a cage. My intent was to feed it like the algae tass and to see if I could make it a familiar and stuff, which is why I named it and all of that fun stuff. But
you dropped it. Do you want to dive to see
Yep.
if you can go get it?
I think it's suddenly going to occur to me that, yep, this has happened, so yes.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a, we'll say a stamina and athletics roll.
Would you mention anything about the Kraken?
I think I'll just like, because Josephine's kind of like flinching at the words that are being hurled at her, which is fair. But I think she suddenly gasps and then breathes in deep and dives, and that's it. No other words.
I don't.
Maybe just give her time.
Okay, so diving down, give me that roll.
What was the difficulty again?
Difficulty of that is going to be, the water's pretty dark. Let's say difficulty of, we'll do difficulty 6, but I need 5 successes.
You got 5 successes.
Oh damn.
2 6s, a 7, an 8, and a 9.
Wow.
Okay, so you're going to dive under the wave. Not waves. You're on a river. You're going to dive under the greasy surface of the water and swim down about 20 feet before kind of feeling around, and you're going to grab onto the side of this sinking cage, and these little tendrils are going to wrap around your fingers as you reach into the cage to grab purchase.
Okay, I will pull it to the surface,
Okay, you will crest the water without any trouble.
and then swim over to wherever I can get purchase to either hang on or climb up or something, and put the cage up as well, so that's out of the water. And then when I have a moment to settle, feed it algae tass, because yes.
Nice. Okay. It is going to kind of like look at it and then kind of like suck on it.
Evelyn's gonna try and open the door that's there.
Okay. You have the key?
Yeah.
I think Chas went over to try and like clamber up close to the door area.
There is no place for the key to go in. There's no hole among the blood, and the only holes are where the railroad ties had been hammered in. That said, what do you do to look around?
I guess maybe look at where they've been hammered in.
Okay, there's kind of along the seam of what could be a door for sure.
Okay. I guess I'll feel around and see if there's anything I can note as odd or out of place that might be hiding something.
Sure.
Is there enough room for Chastity to climb up and like look at the other side while Evelyn's doing that to kind of like distribute, just
Sure.
help out?
Both of you give me a perception and investigation roll, difficulty 10, threshold of 3.
Difficulty 10?
Yep, threshold of 3.
Ooh, oh boy.
Meaning I need 3 10s before I start counting.
All right, so first off, no. Nada. Wasn't a botch, just a full fail.
Oh, good, you didn't botch on
Does
that.
detail-oriented apply?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
I think Darcie's down by the river helping out Josephine and the Kraken.
Okay. How many successes did you get? On 10?
4.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I had 6 dice,
Yeah.
I think. I got to re-roll 10s. I started with 2, and I specifically picked the dice set that generally rolls well for me that I don't often use because I'm trying to be not quite so lucky all the time. But I want to do this.
I was
like
going to
what
ask
you're
you to
doing.
use Matter 1 to investigate it, but fuck.
You're doing that, like
Okay,
Chastity's like trying
you-
to look and she's just going like, I don't think I quite like London anymore.
You are going to be able to see past the ward that is on there, and holding up the key, you are going to just kind of like feel around, and you're going to like be kind of like tapping and feeling along the wall, and you will recognize that one part of the wall is thicker than the other. A small part around about the size of a teacup. And it is at that point that as you are feeling around, your mind is going to kind of bend slightly. You're going to be perceiving this, and as you lean down and feel, you are going to see that there is a full doorknob and lock in the side that is invisible except from a very specific angle. As in like Indiana Jones and the bridge trick. Like the way they did that camera trick. You're going to look down and suddenly it's just going to kind of half appear in your vision like a magic eye poster.
I'm gonna keep that position and try and insert the key.
You hold the key up to the lock, and with the force of magnetism, the key is going to go into it. And there is going to be a little shimmer of light as the door is outlined. But not from magic. Go ahead, Chastity.
How did you do that? I didn't. What?
I think it was just a trick to see it right.
The lock will click and the door is outlined in light, not from magic, but from the glow of gas lamps. Or something else? A yellowish hue emanates from inside, casting into the darkness of the underbridge.
I'm gonna try and peek in.
Okay.
Like from an odd angle, so maybe it's not quite so direct. If somebody's waiting for somebody to look in at head height, I hopefully won't get hit in the head.
You are looking in and seeing that there is, how to describe this? Directly on the other side of the door, you are going to, pardon me one sec. There we go. Just on the other side of the bridge, you will see that it opens into a fairly spacious room, about, well, a chamber about as wide around as a London townhouse that stretches down and beyond. It's a full laboratory, lit by some of Edison's bulbs. Do you head inside?
Yeah, I think so. She's gonna try and like be looking carefully, but admittedly, this really nice looking lab is catching her attention.
Sounds good.
But knowing herself, she would trap her own lab, so she's not gonna assume that he would be any different.
Okay.
What are you waiting for?
Well, I mean, it's a hidden lab, but it might be trapped.
Why would it be trapped if we were expected?
In case somebody got there before us?
I thought that was the point of the key.
Not necessarily.
Well, I'll go wave the others, and Chess is gonna turn and try and figure out where the heck Darcie and Josephine have gone.
They're kind of swimming
Besides,
over toward
potentially,
you.
Assumed that he would be getting there first and have disabled them before we got here.
Right. The door is
Wide
open.
Mhm. So, Jas, you're leaning down to Darcie and Josephine. Are the two of you swimming over?
Yeah, I was hoping to kind of have pulled myself up to like something that I could rest on, even if it was like the rungs or something, but mostly so that I could put stuff down and not be carrying it while swimming.
Okay. So Evelyn, you take a step inside. Do you want to look around with perception and investigation to see if you see any traps or anything? Inside, you're going to hear the crackle of energy, like a Tesla coil, which actually, strangely, you will see one of those.
Does detail-oriented apply, and what's my difficulty?
Detail-oriented will not apply because you're doing a general overview.
Yeah.
And your difficulty is going to be 7.
Two.
2? Okay. Looking around, you don't see any immediate traps. But you will see that the door ahead of you, or the door that you're standing in, kind of leads into like a little alcove area. There's a coat rack over on the right that still has a long like gentleman's trench style coat, like a long coat hanging off it, as well as a hat hanging off one of the racks that doesn't look like it's been used in quite a while. There's a bit of a dust atop of it. But as you are looking around, you will notice that so as soon as you enter, it's almost like a kitchenette. There's a basin with some water. There's even a little a pipe that leads down into the water that funnels in through a filtration system on the right over into a working faucet sink.
Okay.
And what you will notice you got how many successes? 2?
Yeah.
There are dishes in the sink. In fact, there is a rat in the sink chewing on food right now off one of the dishes. It's a bit of bread. It's not molded.
It's not been there all that long then.
From the looks of it, you'd say that it looks fresh. In fact, it's from the angle as you approach, you'll be able to see there's some like bean grease there from like what looks like a can of baked beans. Some of it is still runny. It is not caked on yet. Which you've been living in Britain long enough to know that with knowledge of beans, that means that those beans have been on that plate for less than 4 or 5 hours. Because if there's one thing that living in London will teach you, it's the congeal rate of beans.
Lots of beans.
Beans. Oh no. Lots of beans.
Evelyn's going to quietly mention this to Chastity. And try and give the others a sign if they look up of, like, quiet.
For the record, Josephine is kind of following whatever the others do if she's able to, like, get up and follow in there. She's kind of disassociating right now, so...
Yeah, I think Darcie's seeing Josephine's not quite herself. I think while they're waiting, Darcie would like to try to quickly cast a spell to up her strength.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Oh, what would be my difficulty for that?
Difficulty on that is going to be 5 if you take time and pull out your spell book.
Okay. And it's daytime that we're doing this, right? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter for moon phases. Are your moon phases, does it matter if it's during the day for that?
It was kind of, so, like, it was very much for the cyclic magic I chose the stuff. I figured it was basically the period from when the moon is actually showing in the sky when it's active, so then I'm not, like, super OP and super, like, I wanted a somewhat even balance of either my magic's going to be easier or my magic's going to be really hard.
Okay, so you're not affecting it during the day? Perfect.
No, I have been playing it. That's only been when we're doing night. We've been doing a lot of night.
What phase
fights.
are we in, by the way?
We are in. Was it waxing gibbous? I believe the last notes I had.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been that long.
No, I was at -2 to my difficulty last time, and it's going like to be -1, probably in next day.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that doesn't apply. So
and
I got
the full moon is good for you, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I believe we started fairly close to the full moon. I think we're past it now. So I think it's waxing gibbous that we're at.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, you may do that. Go ahead and give me the roll. And what are you shooting for?
So I am shooting for the day, so that's 2 successes for duration, or 3.
Day is 3.
3. Okay, so I'm shooting for that, and then I want to a scene. I am shooting for up 2 to my strength, and then 3 for the day. So I'm hoping for 5 successes.
Okay.
All right, that's a 7 and a 10. And you said my difficulty was 5, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so 4 doesn't count. I'm going to re-roll that 10. And that's a 9, so that's 3 anyway. So 3 successes for the first bit.
Okay. So you can try again next round at a 6.
Okay. Do you want me to go ahead and do that?
Mm-hmm. So inside, there's a dining table with 2 chairs set at it. One that's tucked in and one that's kind of a bit lopsided, a bit kind of just out in the middle of the floor, where it looks like it had constantly been scraping into the floor. The floor here is stone, but there's a bit of a carpet underneath the table where it is kind of burned a hole through from use. Constant back and forth and back and forth. Did you get, how many successes did you get there, Robin?
I got 4 more on top of that, so that's 7 total.
Perfect.
Um.
And I'm just going
So.
to... So 7 total?
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and put that. So we'll add the extra successes into 1 into strength, 1 into duration. So one, it'll go to chapter.
Yeah.
And so strength, your strength will be strength. Do you want to release that success or take it?
Because it's a point per thing, so bring me to strength 5. So strength 5 for the rest of the chapter.
Yeah. So yeah. So you'll take it then. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I don't want to go unnaturally strong.
Okay. You're gonna take a point of paradox for that.
Fair.
As your muscles become more lithe. Also pick a specialty for your strength.
Yeah, I think.
Wiry, powerful blows.
Yeah.
Grappling.
What would wiry go into for like applicable
surprising feats of strength? It would be for anything involving like lifting or like general athleticism.
Okay. I think I'll do powerful blows though.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool, and that's strong. Darcie gets strong.
Nice.
A while now.
All right, so inside of there, looking around, you the place is littered with scientific apparatus. In the distance, you can see flickering bulbs where the power grid has not been properly maintained. There are full fish tanks with electric eels swimming around between you and it, as well as large tanks on the wall like dunking tanks, filled with green fluid lit by these orange bulbs. There's a little bed in the corner as well that you see behind, just barely visible behind an Asian folding screen with a crane rising up and looking at a harvest moon. Besides that, it's a science lab.
Now, are there any obvious doors leading off? Like things that look like cabinets or doorways or...
So if you look further, you'll realize that the ceiling is about 20 feet above you. It is a thick mesh catwalk covered in carpet.
So we can't see what's above it.
You can't, but you can see a little bit down the hall, about halfway down, there is an old-time elevator. Like a cage elevator with a lever large enough for about 2 people comfortably. Can I get everybody, if you're looking around, to make me a perception and alertness or perception and awareness roll?
I'm not going to.
Okay.
What's the I think I need one.
Difficulty is going to be 6 for awareness, or for alertness, 8 for awareness.
Okay, so I'm doing awareness.
I did awareness and I botched.
Okay.
I got 4 successes.
Good M.
On awareness?
I've got 5
Awareness,
successes, regardless of which one. They're the same for me.
So pick alertness.
Yeah, because they had awareness, so.
So Darcie, you are going to feel very comfortable here.
Okay.
And now that you're strong, you're just completely like overwhelmed with like your sense of
Hubris.
hubris, and you're going to be very comfortable here. Besides that, the resonance that the place is bleeding off is quite comfortable, and you feel like you could actually like relax. This could be a good place for a secret base, to be honest.
Nice. There's beans. Darcy's gonna start eating some beans.
Sure, there is a can of beans on the counter next to this rat. The tin has been pried open with like what looks like a knife. It's quite jagged along the edge, but there's still about a third of a can of baked beans inside.
Darcy's gonna eat some beans.
All right, you got your protein on. The rat is going to look up at you accusingly. Chastity, looking around, this place is humming and thrumming with magic. In fact, you're going to be able to feel just waves of goose pimples rise on your arms and the flesh of your shoulders. Particular, like, there's been magic done here a lot, and recently even. In fact, it feels like there's something slightly magical right now happening. Evelyn, you are going to hear tick, 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 clockwork sounds. Just barely. It's very stealthy. Almost beyond your perceptions. But you'll hear the sound of clocks, gears. And as you follow Chastity's gaze upward to where the ceiling is mesh metal covered in cloth, you'll hear the sound of body weight shifting overhead on the carpet, but also the sound of metal on metal on your side of the carpet. Something is ticking around. And you are going to notice with that perception roll that over by the coat rack, there is a hat there, and beneath it you're hearing the sound of clockwork.
I'm going to lift it then.
Okay, as you lift it, you're going to hear, as the clockwork speeds up, and
I'm going to open my umbrella.
Okay. And as you do, there is a mechanical, what can only be described as a mechanical spider made of clockwork gears clinging to the side of the coat rack. As soon as you lift the hat, it rolls its arms in surprise at you and launches, kind of jumping at you. Your umbrella is going to deflect it, and it is going to land on its back on the ground. Its arms kind of going like this in the air, and then its legs are going to fold back around the other way, and it's going to stand up.
So when she does that, I think she shrieks a little bit because she was startled. She wasn't expecting somebody to jump at her.
Yeah, it's programmed just to jump. Okay, what do you all do?
Darcie's gonna
What?
look at the spider. What is that?
And then you're going to see chink, as a switchblade pops out of its front. And you're going to hear chink as a switchblade pops out of the shadows behind you. And chink, chink as two more switchblades echo in the darkness. And then you'll hear all around this area.
Chastity's gonna look back up.
Mm-hmm. There's one. Sorry, go ahead.
She's just trying to figure out where the magic effect seems to be coming from, unless it's coming from all these little guys.
Primarily, you are going to get the vibe that it's coming from those guys, but the biggest swelling of it is in the other room and upstairs.
There's something upstairs. Just like whisper, like just something.
Evelyn's gonna try and be like, we were invited?
What do you do to say that?
She's gonna kind of hold up the key and say it.
All right, make me a charisma plus persuasion. So let's say that's... what do you have that is persuady on your sheet?
Etiquette?
Sure. That sounds like the perfect role for these very prim and proper spiders.
I mean, Evelyn's a very prim and proper person. It's being worn away steadily, but... What's my difficulty?
Your difficulty 6.
Three
Okay. So
of which were 10s.
Okay, so as you hold it up, the spiders are going to kind of like inch forward, kind of trying to herd and intimidate you. But as you hold up the key, they're going to, and then their legs are going to kind of bow a bit, and they're going to just lower their bellies to the floor, and the clockwork noises are going to slow to almost like a heartbeat rather than the racing sound they were a second ago.
Honestly,
All right, we're going to go see if we can find who we're supposed to talk to. Maybe don't touch anything, she'll say to the others. We're not here to steal.
surprised that worked.
Can I get a stamina roll off of everyone?
Okay.
This is going to be a weird one. This is going to be difficulty of 4 plus your perception score.
Okay.
Wait,
So if
okay.
you have 3 perception, it'd be
Then
7.
it's 6. Yep.
I failed because I rolled a 1
Okay.
in my success.
The higher your perception, the worse this is for you.
Okay, so it's 4
I
plus
failed because I
perception.
rolled 10 and a 1. And a 2.
1 success.
Okay, I rolled a 10 and a 9, and I
Okay.
have perception 4.
So you're at difficulty 8.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Everybody who failed the roll, there is going to be a horrible squelching noise that echoes throughout this concrete chamber. What we would know today as a microphone squawk. But back then, it's just going to be this horrible feedback noise. And then you'll hear a really grainy, like, Vitrola, like, stamped record of, not Hail to the King, but Hail Britannia playing. Kind of blaring from these speakers, which most of you have no idea what they are, but like phonograph cones that are hidden in the corners of the rooms, and you are going to hear a voice come over. Intruders, get out of here before I destroy you. I say.
What was the doctor's name again?
Dr. Gilbert Saxon.
If that's you, Gilbert Saxon, we're here at your invite.
Isn't Gilbert Saxon dead?
I don't know.
We were definitely told he was dead.
There's too much weirdness going on
But we don't
now.
know for sure now, do we? Did you
Clang.
see the body?
There's a clang and a crackle of electricity, and the electrified elevator is going to begin to rise up to the 2nd story.
Evelyn's going to wait.
If you are who you say you are, what's your name?
Actually said
I didn't say I was anybody.
Who are you? What's your name?
Evelyn Taylor.
James's wife.
who.
Dr. Evelyn Taylor.
My apologies, Dr. Taylor. I haven't been... You'll hear the sound. There's like a loud thump that echoes over the speakers, like a microphone tipping over and hitting the ground, which of course these are, I have nothing better to describe that with. The sound of a deep and hollow ringing echoes through, and there is going to be the sound of the elevator descending now as a figure atop it descends. whatever you were expecting was probably not this, for the person on the elevator is quite short. I'd say about 4'3", 4'4". And as they slowly descend, you will see that it is an 8 or 9-year-old child dressed in an oversized shirt dangling down to bare ankles. I'm sorry, my dear. I haven't been quite myself recently.
Are you Gilbert Saxon?
Or are you his child? They didn't mention a child, did they?
Unfortunately, my wife wasn't able to conceive. Or I'm sterile. Either way. Well, I guess that one's probably not true. I had enough to build this. Dr. Gilbert Saxon. Or at least what's left of him.
Well, did you do it deliberately, or was it a failsafe?
A failsafe, of course.
Excellent.
I
So
kind
apparently you
of-
told the fellows outside that they were to help us get to you.
Oh, the edge.
Worth.
Sure, of course.
Do you know what happened to you?
I don't know that he's all there. Chas leans over to Evelyn.
Do you have anything you want to do to check this?
Can I mind and life check? And
Yeah, you absolutely may. Give me that a difficulty of 5.
okay. And she's just
I also wouldn't mind matter checking him just to see
Sure.
let's see if
if
he's-
this is a creation.
Would Darcie know to would someone's life pattern
No.
be altered if?
balls.
I mean, she doesn't know his life pattern to begin with, so she probably wouldn't be able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chas is like attempts and then just like it just fizzles on her. She's just like, what?
So taking a look over at him, you're like, you have no real idea, but he does seem a little off. Did you botch or just fail?
I just failed.
Okay. Actually, did you succeed? Did you get any force? Because you have both your foci that you use.
I got a 3, a 3, and a 2.
Well, I can't do anything to help that.
No, and I probably should have been higher difficulty because I have 2 effects up still for the full day. So it's
Oh,
like
okay,
so
yeah,
it should be
fair.
third effect.
And Evelyn, how
So
many
I-
successes did you get?
I don't know because you didn't tell me difficulty yet.
Difficulty is going to be 3 plus. So it's going to be 3 because you've got your specialty foci. Also, before
2
you say anything,
successes then.
how many
okay.
successes did you get?
2.
2 successes. Okay. He is wearing a cotton shirt, and
I'll just slip on a pair of spectacles to do that I pre-prepared.
He is 100% natural, though. He is a life pattern.
Interesting.
But he has a gold watch on his wrist. Actually, when did wristwatches become a thing? Wristwatches. Nope, never mind. He does not. 1904. And so he is going to he's going to have a wedding ring dangling from his neck on a chain, like a man's wedding band.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to be wearing a cotton shirt. And besides that, the boy's not wearing anything else. He's completely covered by the length of the shirt, but he's going to take a step over and yes, I'm afraid that Miss Temperance Goodwin. This.
No.
I only started making this body a few weeks ago. I'm afraid that I'm still kind of half-baked.
Right. You'll have to forgive us if we don't quite take you at your word.
What
There
else is
was a dead body outside your front door?
Oh,
I
yes,
don't exactly trust you.
I heard screams, and then nothing. Dreadful sounds.
Yeah,
Did you bring it? I don't remember much, but I remember the box. You were supposed to bring a box before it got into the hands of the Hungarian.
Yes, your future protege seems to have sent it back to us.
Good.
Can you explain it all?
or are we short of luck because you're only half-baked?
I guess the question that I need to ask is, which one do you have? The box... Was it the first or second transmission?
I don't know.
My notes, I've been reading them off and on, but they're scattered in code. And they don't make much sense. I was tracking temporal flux phenomenon. Ever since that box arrived, I became fascinated with it. The fact that it could be brought and breached by that woman. I knew it was trouble. I know that much. I knew it was trouble, but the Queen wouldn't listen. I tried bringing it up to her. I tried telling her, but who is she going to listen to me? Just some old Jew? No.
Ooh, calm down.
Breached by what woman?
Breathe.
The one
Who
who's
are you
bought-
talking about?
Miss Morris.
Who?
The woman who claims to be from the future. Come with me. Come to the back of the lab, please. And he'll start scuttering off, and as he does, the back coattails of the shirt are gonna flash up, giving you like a nice bare butt shot as he kind of like barefootedly runs across the floor.
I think Chas is gonna look over at the others and kind of like, if any of them look at her, just kind of like share a glance of like, oh, what the fuck have we gotten into now?
Yep.
I don't remember much. I remember that there was a woman who showed up claiming that it was, and I went to the Queen, and she didn't believe me. She seemed far more interested in the revelations that would be able to be pulled from that device. The advancements, the technology. And so here, and he runs over to a chalkboard that's covered in equations and questions. It's basically a conspiracy board on the wall. And as he runs over there, he points and says, I dilated the temporal flux and followed the equation through, and...
So, sorry. Did you say that there was, a woman was in the box?
No, but she showed up shortly afterwards and said that she had traveled alongside of it, which doesn't make sense. Travel through time, perhaps for stationary objects, for a person, that doesn't make any sense at all. I've been trying to figure it out. And when I broke it down, all I could remember that there was something about quantum entanglement and...
I don't know what any of those words mean.
Psychopomps.
What is that?
Traverses of the soul. Yes, traverses of the soul. Deliverers, those who bring spirits, the souls of the dead from one place to the other. It's angels.
Oh.
Angels.
And
Do I know anything about angels and psychopomps? Does this ring any bells at all? Given
angel. Sure, absolutely. You know what? I'm going to give you this for free. Psychopomp. A psychopomp is a being that transfers the souls of the dead to the afterlife. Although there is some apocryphal literature and just some folk wisdom that says that, you know, babies are brought their souls by angels and things like that. It's just like folk belief. So, but that's fairly, it's fairly like early American to current American type of angel thought. Also, a lot of animals will do it.
It actually does ring some bells.
Yes, so what I'm trying to say is that I did a bit of triangulation with the temporal signal. And he's going to barefootedly like run back across the room to the big tank of liquid that has a actually it's big enough for him or a full-grown man to float in, and is going to run up a little ladder next to it and go, it's like this. If you do this, and he's gonna splash it in the water, and there's all of these like ripples and splashes, it leaves ripples. But if I were to do the same, and if I were to drop something the weight of my hand in from the top of the bridge, or from the top of the scaffolding, or the cable structures, the additional velocity would create additional power, additional punch, additional force, which would create larger ripples that could be felt through a larger degree.
But
correct?
Are you only saying? Are the which part is time?
I mean, everything is but the water. The water's time.
But what is... If it's impacting from above, is that...
That's whoever is sending something
backwards?
back.
What happens if you put something forward?
Then you're out of the water. But what I'm saying is I went looking for her echo, for the box's echo. And I found something else. That's not the only thing that's visited. And whatever else is here, it's been here for a very long time.
I'm guessing malignant and evil.
Like the devil?
If angels are psychopomps, then the devil can be as well. But I have a different name that my research has turned up. Dr. Taylor, if you wouldn't mind the board. You can see that it is double-sided.
She'll flip it.
As you flip it, there it is covered in scrawls and diagrams and arcane symbols. And in the center of it is a singular one, an inverted Ouroboros, pardon me, a single inverted Ouroboros. Written next to it, the word Leviathan. And I think we're going to call game there.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this again later to get this all written down.
Yeah.
All the trauma for Josephine. I'm so proud of her.
What
so
I will
much
say,
trauma.
I will say, Chastity, if you want to make me an intelligence and time roll,
Oh, absolutely.
Just a real quick, for I can say, I'll quickly tell you how much you can understand.
See, I'm out of willpower, but I really wanted willpower. Oh well, it's okay. I can in time this up. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty on this is going to be difficulty is going to be 8.
Well, hot damn.
Traz just
this is not a,
Traz just bought you willpower.
Traz by your willpower, so
Oh.
add 1 success.
so that's gonna be 4 successes then.
Okay, cool.
setting that
So
willpower.
4 successes means that, yeah, absolutely the case. If you're looking for time dilation, the bigger the longer you travel, the bigger the impact. So if you affect time, the bigger, the longer you, like if you pause someone in time for multiple rounds or rewound time using time magic, it leaves a bigger imprint for time detection. So just so you know, what he's saying is pretty accurate. Like if something came back a long ways, then
So from very far in the
yeah, or went very far back,
right.
yeah, it would leave a bigger fingerprint in the cake icing. Anyway, so that, folks, that is, I'm gonna leave you with that. That's gonna be the end of our game for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. So last episode you got 2 experience, but we are gonna go on break for a couple weeks. We'll be back on the second Saturday of, we're back on the 8th, I think, 7th. We're back on the 7th of January, which means that it's a 3-week break. So you know what I'm gonna do just to be sweet? I'm gonna give you 5 experience points tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. I can buy life for once Darcie gets her seeking.
Very soon, you'll get your seeking at the end of the or at the end of the book.
Nice.
Trust me. Then you'll have some time to start the next game with life 4.
Exciting.
If you succeed, if you fail, then you'll have like a
3
lot of
after.
sets.
That's true. There's always a chance of failing your
Did
seeking.
anyone fulfill their nature or demeanor? Or pardon me, I guess just their nature, because
Ooh.
I keep forgetting that this isn't New World.
Yeah.
Did
I don't
we
think I
manage-
did guardian.
Yeah.
No.
My nature is survivor, which does have the weakness callousness.
All right, take a willpower for that.
Yes.
Do it.
That's so worth all the trauma is that 1 willpower.
Right.
It's your turn with the trauma stick.
It's,
Oh.
put the trauma shirt on.
We all get the trauma stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I don't
right.
think we managed
Everyone
to
has enough
score a
trauma stick.
victory against the forces of oppressive authority. I don't think we got that.
No, you just managed to kill a random person.
I had nothing to do with that one this time. I
And
did
when new a new ability is 3, right?
For the first die.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we get back and we get a scene, I also have 3 XP left over that I would like to buy an occult with my. So
Yay.
whenever Darcie gets
Yay.
a chance with my, I would like to buy occult with that.
Sounds good. All right. So folks, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate you all sticking around and watching. And for those of you who watched the beginning of the stream, thank you very much for being with us through our tech woes. And now we are streaming with ping, so we're gorgeous high quality now, which is great. And I get to control all the backgrounds, so I get to do crazy things with those. It's fantastic. If you are looking for similar streaming tech, go to ping.gg. They will hook you up. They are a fantastic company ran by one of our players, actually, the amazing Brent. And with that, we'll be back on the 7th, and until then, be sure to check out our old episodes on YouTube if you have not yet. We are going to be back tomorrow at noon with Spelljammer Light of Xerxes, and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. you are going to be able to catch episode 3 of Strixhaven is going to be broadcast. 2 or 3? Are we on episode 2 or 3? Anyway, the next Strixhaven is 2. The next Strixhaven episode is going up. Oh no, it's episode 3, because I remember episode 2 required very few edits compared to episode 1. Is going up on broadcast on Twitch at 7 p.m. And then if you are a member of our Patreon, then either Sunday or Monday, depending on how fast I can get the many edits that need to go into the Christmas special, is going live a week early. So you can go catch that on our Patreon if you're a $5 tier member or higher. You know what? It's going to be anyone on the Patreon. I'm going to give it at the $1 tier because it is Christmas.
Aw, nice.
I think it's Christmas.
Dorkmas.
Yay, Christmas.
Dorkmas. So folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Love you all very much. And thanks for all the raids that came in tonight. If you are on our Patreon, I have to ask you to let me know what you think I should play in the upcoming game that Darcie/Robin is going to have to run. And I have
Darcy's
to say,
running it? That'll
Darcy's
be a
running
time.
it. You got to keep the accent up the whole time.
The
But
entire
I couldn't
time.
get my accent tonight, so
you know, your accent of evil.
yeah.
All right, so folks, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for all of you on the Patreon who keep the stream running, for all of you Twitch viewers and subs here who keep it running, and for all of you who keep watching it on YouTube and driving up that ad revenue. Thank you so much for being here. It's a full-time gig, and every bit that you bring in there helps us continue to be dorks here we are on Dork Tales. But none do it so well as our top patrons, which I'm going to list off right now, starting with Shulton, our world-building royal producer, followed by our divine producers, DM Michael Gray, and my mommy. Which, you know what, I don't like the way that sounds. My mother. So thanks, Mom, for making that awkward every time I have to say that. Our demonic producers, Soul, Owen, and Precarious. Oh, is this your first time, Amy, being a streamer I've had to say that? Oh god, it's so awkward. It's so awkward. I make it even more awkward.
God, that's amazing.
Yeah, she decided to back that tier. I don't think she realizes what she's
Aw.
done. When she calls tomorrow, I'll have to tell her. Then I have to thank Tammy, the Forever Cleric, who's the wizard of the Patreon, as well as our very important princes of the Patreon. They're very, very important tonight. The Traveler, Trizelta, Cubby Gummy, Amberthist, Buddy, and of course Taryn, the original Dork Tales fangirl, who pretty much started it all on the fan side of things. Thank you so much for everything, really. If you want to join them, get your names at the end of episodes, get at least 1 to going on like 4 additional episodes a month, and access to Dork Tales the podcast, which is going to be super wild. Go to patreon.com/dorktales. And quick reminder that if you like Mage the Ascension, Technocracy is going to be up there 3 months before it's here, so go sign up there. And with that, we'll see you in 3 weeks. Have a great night. Good night, everybody. Jolly good.